Hello, hello, and hello. Once again. It's been a little bit.
Try it again.
What?
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Refreshing. Refreshing. Always gotta refresh.
I didn't even check mine.
Listen, I'm sitting here looking like refresh. Refresh.
And it's in there. All right. Okay, so I have one gripe actually before we get started. I don't like that the colors choices have disappeared, and I don't know where they're at, and that upsets me.
Oh, inside of the StreamYard?
The StreamYard, yeah. Because Sophia looks killer with that red necktie. And I would like to have the red going, but meh. Say let me. So we're here, folks. I hope you guys have already watched The Penguin.
You should have. It's been over a month.
It's been done for about a month already. And yes, we're late. We know.
Bro,
life don't stop for the streams.
Shit to do.
Life does not stop for the streams. There was vacationing and weddings to go about on. There was needing to chill with my movement for a bit because I was very old lady-ish and fell on my knee crossing the street earlier this week, and it still hurts.
Death. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Girl, it's going
it's going to be hurting for a while.
We're talking about taking this pain into 2025.
Absolutely.
That's it out.
I'm slowly watching my knee just turn all the different colors that it does. So yeah.
Yaxeries.
Due to all of that. But as we were saying, there's a lot of new shows coming out, so look forward to it. We're not going to be touching on anything new for the rest of the year, unless What If happens to totally blow us out the water. We might go ahead and knock that out, but don't expect a whole lot before the new year. Just saying.
I'm so behind
on everything.
I'm so behind.
I was actually just looking at some of the lists that we have for the retro reviews, going back and doing stuff that we've seen. It's I don't know where to start because all of them I know are good, and it's just trying to choose one. I don't know if we can do it.
That's what I'm trying to see what's going on.
Eventually, we'll get
January.
there.
Well, I'm trying to see what's going on in January because I don't know, and I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening in January. I know there's a bunch of animes coming out that I actually watch because I've cut back on animes because I just it's up to me to edit them, and I just ain't got the time right now. So I'm like, man, I don't know.
What's going on?
Watch some of the shows that are on NBC, ABC. Oh man,
do they have any holiday special? And this is our opening sidebar, y'all. Low key kind of housekeeping and reconnecting because we've been busy. We haven't jibber jabbered about a whole lot lately.
This was a show about a bad guy. It's like Agatha. It's a show about a bad person. Bad people.
It's a show about a bad person. And as much as I want to be rooting for some of the things Oz is doing, I'm still side-eyeing this asshole.
Listen,
as you can see, you can look at my picture and see whose team I am on. We are House Gigante around her. Yeah, and definitely don't trust the asshole that was the reason you got 10 years of torment.
I'm just disappointed in Sophia. I'm disappointed in Sophia because if that happened to me with my father putting me in there for something I didn't do and I had to wait till he died to get out, I'm not coming out following instructions from the family. The family's already dead. I'm coming out killing the family. I'm coming out and going to Oz first. He's first, number one, and he's getting a few to the dome. No, not even. No, Oz is not first. The family is first. I'm getting rid of everybody who signed a paper and said I did this. Hey, Corinne. All of y'all catch hold on. Danny McCabe, what's going on, my dude? Great to see you. You aren't a fan of Agatha. I loved Agatha. I loved it too. We will definitely be doing that wrap up before the new year. I loved it for sure. Because I think another bad person who's a bad person. Yeah.
I think we'll have a full panel for that one. Me, you, pretty sure B and Sphinx are gonna be in there along with Heidi as well. Possibly Rebecca. I don't know if she's watched it yet, so we'll check out Shadowcat Bex when that comes up. And thank you all for joining, keeping your notifications on, even though we haven't been doing much. And yeah. That was I expected her to move a little smarter than that where he was concerned. Also, fair warning, just so you guys don't drop anything, I still do have to watch those last 2 episodes.
Of what?
Penguin. Like I know some of the things because I was on with DJ and Fandom. So there's a few things that I already knew what was going to happen, which weren't spoilers. I didn't consider them spoilers because we had already guessed some of the things that was going to happen. Yeah. But final end game and specifics, try to keep those to a minimum for me, por favor. I'll probably be watching it tomorrow because we're doing the second half of the season on Wednesday. So yeah, I know, girl. Look. Life be lifing, man.
I can't talk. I have not picked up Grotesquerie, and I don't even know if I'm going to finish it because I have so much other stuff to do. Because that's for me on Patreon only. So I'm like, I'm not rushed, and I haven't even put out the first episode yet. So I'm like, girl, I got stuff to do.
I mean,
I got to finish Avatar.
Technically, you have like a week. You have over a week because what's today? Monday? Yeah,
I got to finish.
Next week is when we're doing it.
What else I got to finish?
We do have to get on season 2 for that. Yep. Definitely
I gotta finish that up because I think that's coming back at the beginning. I think they said like spring.
Are they coming back?
Season 3, I think it's spring.
It's actually a quick turnaround.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, my God. Life be life and I just want to sit. Like, I don't think you understand. My social battery is at negative. Going to Cancun for that wedding.
Hey Helena, and just saying, y'all probably won't ever see the pics, but I saw the pics, and Meeks was looking fly as shit with them braids in that dress. Well done, ma'am. Well done.
Talking about somebody was sweaty, sweaty.
I mean, it was Mexico though. It'd be hot down there.
It wasn't that bad. It wouldn't have been that bad had my friend, the bride, her mother, been doing what the mother is supposed to be doing during the wedding and before the wedding, but she was not because she's a young mom, so she's trying to be hep. Kids. She's
trying to hang instead of taking charge,
helping her get ready. So we were helping her get ready, and I was chasing around a 6-year-old who decided to put on bright pink lipstick. I mean, like fuchsia pink lipstick 5 minutes before the ceremony, and then go like this.
Where did they get the lipstick?
She was climbing on top of stuff, getting into her mom's makeup bag because we were trying to help her mom. I was like, "Where is the?" And I just happened to see her just do this one time. I was like, "Oh, God, Jesus!"
Yep.
Soap, wet wipes, makeup remover, nothing. They had to like get some of it off in post for some of the pictures because
it's it's stuff like that specifically will go wrong on in those occasions. If something can go wrong, it probably will go wrong.
I learned I had to hook my friend into her dress because she bought her dress and it was already small, but she was not watching what she ate, and so it took 3 of us to get her dress.
No, oof. That had to be uncomfortable.
It was a lot. Like once we got through the ceremony and the party, everything was great.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, see, did I not put the link in the description? I actually have a PayPal.me thing now. Okay, I will try to find it. Do I have what?
Do you have that thank you, like the thanks button on YouTube?
I don't think so. There's a thanks button.
Yeah, where you can like do tips and stuff. Hold on. Yeah, you don't have it in yours. Maybe it's for monetized people. I don't know.
I think it's probably for monetized folks.
Hold on, let me check this. Ooh,
which also, guys, we're still rolling on. We're getting closer and closer. We're at 961 right now, and we're trying to speed run to 1,000. And as soon as I get that link, ma'am, I will get it out there. And I appreciate you for even thinking about it. I really do.
Quick, if you go into your YouTube studio and you go into the earn section, do you have like memberships and supers or shopping up?
No, I can't turn on super chats until I'm actually at the 1,000. That much
Really?
I do know without looking. Yeah.
Because they changed it. Because I have it, and I'm not at 1,000. This is my other account. This is my gaming account where I'm at 7 something.
Okay. So sorry again, guys. Random sidebar.
You know what it is. You know what time it is.
Okay, wait. Where are you looking? The studio's open. Where are you looking?
You go into the urn.
Subtitles.
Do you have that urn?
Maybe not. I'm sure I've seen it before. Oh wait, there it is.
Because it should give you, even if you don't have like the regular monetization for the 1,000, you should have like memberships or supers or something, because you do a lot of live streaming. So I'm surprised you don't have those sections, because that's what the supers are, kind of, when they can if you go into other people's live stream, there's like a dollar sign right next to the heart button where you chat, and on yours it's missing. So I don't know if you need to turn it on or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go through this when we're offline. I mean, and hopefully that is a thing, and it ends up happening. We shall see.
Okay, my chat, it's been disconnecting all day on everything. Like, get your life.
Is YouTube having issues?
I don't know what's going on. It might be just me and my internet. I have no idea. No clue.
And I believe the lady's also complimenting it. Did you put that on your socials?
I did. I put it on my Instagram and on my community tab. Because folks are like, where are you? In Cancun, where I don't have internet. Where I got to be on this Wi-Fi here. Right here. But yes, I did have a blast. Right. I am exhausted. I am tired. So that's why there is no a lot of energy, because your girl could fall asleep right here. I understand. Yeah.
All right. So, episode 1. We're not gonna do like the full in-depth like we usually do, because we're just doing 2 streams for the season. So we're chopping it up. One thing that I made sure to note though here for episode 1 is Oz is scheming right out the gate.
Always.
It starts off with him literally sneaking into a heist.
Fucking up.
And fucking up.
Always.
And we get our first shot of how fast he is to try to spin shit and say the right thing, which usually gets him out of whatever predicament he has found himself in. But that said, though, the person that caught him really wasn't too smart.
It was a lot of why. It was a lot of why.
Yeah.
It was a lot of why. Like, I understand you being caught trying to take the diamonds and the jewels that were locked up. You were like, oh, collateral for whatever you want to do. Cool. But you knew you had a plan, right? And this is the thing with Oz. He has a plan. It's him getting in his own way that fucks up the plan.
He gets distracted by his own side quests.
He could have just sat there and let that dude say whatever. Yeah, your feelings is hurt. Yep. Yeah, he disrespected somebody you thought was legendary and you meant so much to you and you look up to and you wanted to be just like you aspire to. And yeah, he said some real shit. You could have just sat there and ate your food and let this man get it off his chest and walk out of there and still keep your original plan. You let this man irritate you into a reaction. And it was wrong.
He didn't even have to sit there. When Alberto came in, he said, hey, yo, your pops made it clear. These jewels are you, because the jewels are not the reason he went there. He went for those files that he stuffed behind his back. He could have just said, here, I just want to make sure the dudes didn't come try to take it. I was going to drop it off, but since you're here you go. Yep. I'm going to see myself out. Exit stage left. The shit didn't need to go down the way it went down. Oz, like you said, he got in his own way and he got this boy drunk and high while he was on the wagon and it was actually trying. I'll give him that one time. He was actually trying because he wanted to make sure he could keep this legacy of his family together.
Yep.
And I will say that was his second thought though, because what we'll find out a little bit later on is the first thing he does is he goes and gets his sister. and I will always stand family, being for family. And I thought I really loved their relationship. I'm sorry that he actually had to go.
I loved it too, but I'm a little sus on that. I'll tell you why I'm a little sus later when we get closer to episode 4. But I'm just like, you doing what you're doing, not knowing why he's here and why he's doing, because think about it, there is no reason for Alberto to be there.
Yeah.
So clearly he had to go there for a reason, right? And Oz
was that his office?
That was his. I think that was his dad's office.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oz's club.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm like, you couldn't just sit there and eat your food. So you knee-jerk reaction, killed this man. And like Corinne said, yeah, listen, the way he was like, okay, so you pow, 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 pow. I was like, damn, that's G shit. However, you should have still stuck to your original plan.
He was feeling himself too, because he sat there and I call it now the classic Oz, thinking that he got the okie doke, but then once his rational thought comes about and he's not laughing maniacally at what he just did,
he's like,
he realizes, oh shit.
That's my favorite part, because I was like, oh yep, you shot him, good, you shot him, but you fucked up, right? And he was like,
you done fucked up, right?
You done fucked up. Helene, listen, you're absolutely correct.
That's
my beef. That is my beef sausage right there. That's my beef sausage right there.
The boy was a fuck up, and I fully and firmly know exactly who he is and what he is. However,
that's my beef sausage.
He didn't deserve that.
He didn't do
what's going on, homie? You are right on time, because we really just started like 5 minutes.
We just started
right on time.
And so now we get to see how he spends literally the rest of the episode trying to cover up his fuck up.
Right. It is the absolute freaking worst type of thing. Yep. And I will say, when he's trying to get rid of the body, he's struggling carrying it. I'm like, motherfucker, just toss his ass over the railing and then grab the bag when you get down to the bottom. What are you putting all this work in for? Hilarious. I don't know if y'all know what dead weight actually feels like.
I was like, if you don't throw that thing,
nah, no, you can't just do that.
Throw that thing.
Especially with the type of disability that Oz has. Just kick him down the steps, bro.
I wouldn't even be like, there you go. I mean, he's strong. You see how strong he is by the fact that he could lift him even with his foot. But I'm like, I'm lifting him to the edge and I'm chucking him right down there. He's already dead. What's he gonna do? Exactly.
And honestly, for as ruthless as we know Oz is, it really don't make sense that he didn't think to do that in the first place. What's going on, Damaris?
What up? No. But then he goes outside and he tries to get to his car, and he sees our baby boy, the sweetest sweets who ever sweeted, Vic.
A runaway, our baby runaway.
Trying to take the rims off his car.
I'm probably gonna call him that for like the rest of the stream. But if you don't get that, it's from The Runaways. He starred as one of the kids in that TV show, which Disney is still disrespecting because no, they do have this one. It's the other kids they don't have. Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
They haven't brought them in as the legacy crew.
Yeah, Ricky, we saw in episode 1, just like getting started into it.
Yes, we are on Alberto. That's why I said right on time.
Yeah,
and we learn a little bit more about Alberto as we go on, but for this episode right here, this is where his physical interactions stop. The rest of it is trying to take eyes off of what actually happened to him and maneuvering and all of the tomfoolery and fuckery that Oz can think to throw in the game. And yes, we get our baby boo Vic. He's with what is that boy's name? Was it
Squid?
Calvin? No, the cousin. Squid is the gangster. The cousin that was his friend.
That wasn't his cousin. I just thought that was his friend.
No. You said Squid. Squid is the cousin of the boy.
Squid. Okay, I'm like, no, that wasn't Calvin.
That's why,
yes, the look. Yeah,
Calvin. That's it. Yes. It's him, Calvin, and a couple other of their friends trying to steal Oz's hubcaps.
Vic was the slowest,
but Vic, he did not know that he needed to have a sense of urgency in how he moved.
Pops. should have been notified because they was gone, and he got stuck.
Mhm.
And Oz, being the man that he is, was like, "Great, I need you to pick this up."
You know what? I needed some help anyway. So
Exactly, I need you to grab this.
since you were trying to steal from me, you owe me.
Mm-hmm.
You owe me
A convenience fee.
You know what? You know, look, I am happy to have someone in here saying he was innocent, because we can lay out all of the resume and receipts.
No, we can't. She didn't watch the last 2 episodes. No, we can't.
Okay, well, accept that. Okay, right. Thank you for that reminder. I appreciate that. For episodes 1 through 4 for this stream, we can go ahead and toss that in and see what we come up with, the evidence on both sides. And also, instant defense, I don't believe I've seen your name. Welcome. Appreciate you being here.
Hello.
Okay, you said Lock and Key is on the list.
You see me instantly.
Right. What? Whoa, what's the last season of Disappointment?
I didn't watch the last season.
Did they botch it? Oh, you haven't watched it yet. Okay.
I
haven't watched it yet.
I
didn't even finish season 2.
I finished season 1 and 2 of White Kids Who Don't Listen.
That is exactly what it should have been named.
Because
they don't know how to not touch shit.
Leave the keys alone. They're secret. Okay, I'm gonna take these keys to school. I'm gonna show my friends. Like,
yeah. But we'll let all of our feelings on that come out once we actually get to that show.
But yeah, so he corrals Vic into helping him dispose of the body and like have him follow around for a plan. He was like, listen, did he make him drive?
Yeah, he made him carry the body and then made him drive.
He's like, my
to
foot
where the dump site was going to be.
Is it his right foot or his left foot?
I believe it's his left. I believe it's his left. I could be wrong though.
I can't remember.
What I will say, because y'all know I love a good petty, is here with Oz, while they're in this little junkyard, Oz looks over and there's a whole pile of freaking rims sitting there still looking shiny. He was like, you know what, look at that shit. If you and your friends would have came here, then you wouldn't even be in this predicament.
Exactly.
Maybe y'all should have thought this through a little bit.
Nah, you're good. You're fine.
And that's really Oz. That's really Oz being petty, and I stand that. Because it's a good funny petty.
It makes all the sense. Like, you guys are thinking small. You're working
very
hard
small.
when you should be doing the easy work with a better idea.
Y'all are literally living amongst a crater in the hood. How did you not know about this junkyard?
I am genuinely looking for his foot, and y'all won't show me his foot. Y'all are disrespectful. You're disrespectful.
Why don't you just pull up the episode on Max?
Because I'm not logging in there and having to pull. Girl, that's too much work.
You don't automatically log into your Max?
Mine's when I reboot my PC, it logs me out.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, and it just went through an update. I literally had to turn on everything. I had to log into everything. I'm like, man, I hate when y'all do this. This is stupid.
That's why I always opt to put the keep the credentials until I
it's his right foot
cache clear and all that. It's his right foot.
Yeah, his right foot. So that's why, because it makes sense driving. Okay, that's what I want to make sure.
Yeah,
if he did that because he didn't want to drive. But yeah, so he takes him out there. He was just having like a real heart to heart, and I just look at the camera like, please don't kill this kid. Please don't kill this kid. Like, I just don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to see this kid die. And he was giving him a speech. They was talking about sandwiches and pickles and how he has like a plan,
the plushies,
and how he wants to be respected in the neighborhood. And the only way to do that is to take initiative. And that's your problem, that you weren't thinking big enough with the hubcaps and the rims. You were thinking about stealing from other people. You could have come here and done this. And you could just see like the realization in Vic's eyes, like, don't you do that.
Yeah, because he was clocking it way before Oz got up and was like, you know, you should look over there. That's a real nice sunrise that's about to happen. And
Vic, go ahead and take a look.
The Vic was like, look, see what had happened was
No. No.
Yeah,
no. But he gave him a really good speech. He was like, all I need is a chance. Like, everybody keeps telling me that you have to like do this and do that. I just need a chance to show you what I'm made of. So don't kill me. Like, don't kill me, because I could be an asset to you if you just give me a chance. And I'm very surprised that Oz even listened, because to me, Oz is going to be like, yeah, I'll give you a chance. Go ahead and pick that up. Pow. All right.
Right.
Excuse me. I gotta go. I gotta leave. So the fact that he gave him a chance and he was like, okay, fine, we'll have a chance. Okay, get in the car. Like, we see them talk about something, we see them go over and like hover over, but we don't hear what's happening and we don't see what they say. So I don't. We don't know exactly what happened right there, but we do know that he has a plan. He's like, okay, let's go this way. So they drive off, and don't they get what's the thing called? An alibi. That's the word.
What? Yeah. He goes over to Eve's spot. Yeah, he goes over to Eve's spot. Who is his? I want to say his roundaway girl, but like that's not what she actually is. But at this point in time, we technically don't know that. So it's his squeeze that he comes over like, yo, boo, I need an alibi. And then, you know, when she opened the door, she's looking at him like, boo, babe, what you doing here so late though?
She's like, so, okay, so what do you need?
That happened.
Are you alone? No. What do you need?
Yep.
What do you need?
She right straight into business.
And he was like, I need an alibi. And she was like,
So, well, I mean, all right, but after 10, anytime after 10. Yeah. And look, okay, that's yes, sir. You are 100% correct. And yes, I would say, she definitely is the regular.
Or he is her regular.
Or he, switch that.
Yeah, so and so after he leaves there, he continues on with Vic, because I know Vic is tired. I know Vic is scared. I know he's tired. I know he got to pee and poop. He didn't have a sandwich. He didn't have a soda. But he takes it all the way out.
This is setting in.
Because he gets a call from Falcone and them, and was like, come down here real quick. We need to have a conversation.
It was Vidi. Wasn't it Vidi?
Yes.
I think it was
Vidi. Was it Vidi or was it Milos?
It was one of the two of them. Yeah, because those are the two that are in that room when he get there.
Yeah, he gets a call and he has to go all the way down to the fancy side. And Vic is like, wow, this is some fancy ass shit. And he was like, yeah, I know, right? He's like, why are they calling you down here? Because do they know? And he was like, shut up. Shh. All right.
I have not watched any of Voss or Jessica's theories on this show, but
I can see that.
I like it. I like that. Yeah.
I can see that. So, so he gets in there, and VD is like, hey, so what we're going to do is we're going to take your drops situation and we're going to move it somewhere else. So you're not in control of it anymore. Cause we just got it. You know, the block is hot. Gotham is real nasty. Our stuff is getting stolen. We got to take it somewhere safe so we can recoup the money that we lost and that we're going to lose from the move. And Oz is feeling the type of way about that because that's his baby. That's his situation. That's his thing. And that's is like
one hook into the world he had.
And then he starts to talk about what him and Alberto were talking about, how he has this new thing and, you know, he's just waiting on suppliers. So he literally regurgitates exactly what Alberto
everything
said to him. And then we see in the back a little teeny tiny figure walk up and is just listening.
In
all white. Yep. Everybody just stops. And, you know, Oz can't see behind him. He's like, what the hell's going on? And so he turns and sees Sophia, and she was like, oh, what were you saying about this new idea, this new thing that's going to take, you know, our business?
Panic sets in immediately.
As it should.
So Sophia,
as it should.
I didn't know you was going to be here. I didn't know that they had let you out of oh, you mean Arkham? I'm here now. And I'm looking for my fucking brother. You seen him?
Have you seen my brother?
Have you seen him?
Come on. Have you seen him? And so I can't remember what he says. I think he tries to like distract from the fact that he said something that piqued her interest.
Yeah. He tosses in some random excuse to distract. And
I think it
Sophia
was
is clocking the shit.
I think it was like him griping that they were taking his territory, so he went right back
because and basically, you know what? I'm not gonna give him too much flack on this one because they're basically moving that business to what could be considered the Gotham overarch version of New Jersey. That's basically what they're doing. They're moving out of the 5 boroughs and going to Jersey, and that's where they're gonna post up, where you will barely even get half of the sales that you're making in the city. Because as we come to know, Uncle is kind of a little bitch. And there's reasons why her dad always kept him at arm's length, not really doing shit, because he ain't about this life.
No,
he wants people to think he is, but he is not about this life. He has his name and whatever random cred he may have literally just on the strength of his brother.
Name.
What is Falcone's name? What is his first name again? I forget.
Carmine.
Yeah. Carmine is the only reason that anyone takes orders from him, and they all know that.
And that's why they ignore him.
Worse.
Bye, JD. And so on the way out,
I'll catch you later, bruv.
On the way out, he thinks he's escaping scot-free because they're trying to handle, Sophia. They got to have a conversation with Sophia. Like, hey, Sophia, you need to back off. It's not your business. You're a lady. You've got a vagine. You don't have a peen. You can't be a part of this business. And so she's like, okay, fine. Walks out to find Oz. And she lets Oz know, like, hey, a lot of people think you're dumb, but I don't think you're dumb. I know you're extremely smart. And you've always got a plan. And I'm looking at you because I know you and I know what you can do. I will never underestimate you. Okay, be blessed. Right. And matter of fact, while we're talking about, you know what, we actually need to catch up, Oz. Let's go and get something to eat. And Oz is like, right now? I'm hungry. Right now. Right now. Bitch food. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. And again, you can still look at his face. No, despite the words coming out of his mouth, he is very clearly panicking like shit because he knows what he did. He knows what the fuck he did, and I'm referencing that it in that way on purpose because we'll get into it for episode 4. That's when it really all comes out. Yeah, and so she's just sitting there, eating her food, how she eats her food, because, she just got out of Arkham Asylum, so she's going to eat that thing. She's going to eat it. Right. She's finna eat. I do not blame her. I would have hit the first either Morton Steakhouse or I would even settle for Outback Steakhouse, the discount delicious steaks place. Give me one of everything. And handling it, all of that has to be and she knows the spectacle. Been in Arkham with their disgusting food, right? And she knows that's the thing about Sophia. One of my favorite things about her is she is able to clock everything in that. You know what? You're right. I was wrong for that. I would not go to Outback. I would definitely go to Texas Roadhouse because the buns and that cinnamon butter there's no superior. Superior. Absolutely. 100% correct. But yeah, she is very good. She has become very good at reading people. And the sad part is what we'll come to find out again, episode 4 is what we'll go into the detail. This had to be a learned behavior for her, at least on this upper level, because she was already good about her movements. Her dad complimented her. That also is something we'll go deeper in once it comes up. Because, she's a smart cookie and she's already automatically clocked everything in the room. And she looks over at the lady that I'm sure she's seen like out the corner of her eye, staring at her off and on throughout the whole time. And she looks over there, biting her olive. I'm here, bitch. I'm here. Yeah. But still. And I love her for that. She's not buying none of Oz's bullshit. None of it. She's just listening to him because she knows. She already knows. And he knows that she knows, which is the worst part. Because once they left the restaurant, she gave him that I'm watching you and I know and I would never underestimate you. He went directly to his mom's house. Right to his mom's house. And was like, her immediately. Yeah. He gotta go. She gotta go. All of us gotta leave.
And let's talk about this trip in my notes. Damn it, where the hell is it? No, we don't get the Sal yet. That was a little bit over. Basically, Oz travels through the river around the bend, turn left 6 times, and then getting on the train, getting out of the train station, jumping in 2 taxis, going to somewhere where he in the direction he is not going. All that to get to this random ass parking lot with his car, and he goes over to the house that his mom is in.
Yep, and we get to meet his mom. And at first, we're just like, oh, she's a little crazy. But then we realize, like, oh, no, she's forgetful. No. So she's going through some kind of dementia or Alzheimer's. Like, she's going through it.
Yeah.
Even though she's still going through it, she's a tricky bitch.
Yeah.
Tricky bitch. Because she realizes that Oz is trying to, like, scoop her up somewhere. And she's like, what is going on? And he's like, well, we got to get this stuff together. You know, things are going out the way of plan. Stuff's getting real fucked up. I got to go. We got to go. So I'm trying to pack you up. And she was like, what the hell happened? I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to need you to tell me what the fuck happened. What the fuck happened? And so he finally tells her, like, okay, listen, I made a move for the Falcons and it didn't work out the way I thought. I got to get you out of here because it's not safe, because they could be coming after me and they could be coming after you. So we got to leave. And she was like, I didn't raise no bitch.
It's like, you mean to tell me you are this close? It's right there. The stars are aligning in Gotham for us. You almost there. Like just what what he's gonna tell Vic later. We're almost there. You know, come on with Princess Tiana. Almost there. and you want me to go where?
No,
bitch. You are my son, and you fucking owe me this life that you have been promising for decades, and now you almost about to give it to me, and
now you want to run
and run? How very fucking dare you, you bitch!
I didn't birth bitches,
bitch.
I didn't birth
What's
bitches.
wrong with you?
Excuse me. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go
read that he gets from his mom every time she gets into her very lucid stages, and she is seeing everything crystal clear.
Figure it out.
There is no back. You know what? The only person that I think would beat her sass is Lady Olenna.
Figure it out. I don't think. Well, listen. Figure it out. That's what she told him. She was like, "You better figure it out." And so
every time he tries to come up with something, she counters that shit. No. I'm
gonna need you to figure this shit out. And so that's what he did. He sat down, and he pieced together a plan. The way that it happened so quickly, I was like, he already got a plan. When he was listening to that lady sing, I was like, he already got a plan. He already got a plan. And
shit, he had long enough with all them damn trips and turns he was making to get to the house.
And so he began working on his plan. And didn't he, in this episode, he went to the prison to try to make a deal?
Yes. He went to Sal. He went to the Maronis. And he's telling Sal, like, yo, shit is changing out here. And I'm in a position to where I can help you. I can be your inside guy.
And he took that ring. That was very important.
He gave him his ring back.
Yeah, gave him his ring back. And they was like, well, listen, even if I didn't want to help you, the fact that I have this ring means that to everybody else, I'm involved. I'm involved in what happened to Alberto, even though it ain't got nothing to do with me. But you giving this to me, it's trying to like pin it on me. And he was like, no, I'm just trying to, like work together, get a plan. I can go get those drops and you can take over the organization with the drops and I can work for you and we can get a bigger cut, because right now they're trying to move it out of the city and we can't have that. And he's just like,
no, wait, no, I don't even think it was about the drops. Then he says like, yo, I got a new thing coming in and the shit is about to blow up. And if y'all are in here with me, was it that or was it the drops he was talking about?
I think it was the drops first. I think it was the drops
first.
And
then he transitioned to Bliss. Okay.
Yeah, once the drops became a non-issue in the next episode when he snatched them anyways.
Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on. I like this. Okay, well, Clancy Brown, dude. Clancy Brown has been playing fantastic villains since I seen him in Pet Sematary Part 2 way back in the day. He's awesome. So Lady Pollyanna here is saying, Oz reminds me of Carol Palantir in the way they learn how to manipulate and pretend weakness or loyalty to massage situations and people into getting what they want. Facts.
Always.
That I did not think of Carol, but it absolutely makes sense. Yeah, that is a great tie-in. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know who Carol is, y'all go watch The Walking Dead. You'll find out real quick.
Mm-hmm. I completely forgot that was her last name. I'm like, Carol.
Yeah.
Look at the flowers.
My favorite episode for her. Yes. That is my number 2. That is my number 2 favorite Carol moment, is the look at the flowers. My first number 1, again, sidebar. My number 1 Carol is when she literally took down Terminus by herself.
She wasn't playing. She was like,
everybody was locked up in the graves, about to be assaulted and killed for their meat meaning the flesh on their bones. And Carol rocked up. If you like, there's like 2 pictures I had posted on my Facebook for my profile pic, and one of it was like somebody had managed Carol into the Call of Duty visual for, I think it was game 2 on there, and there was like, it's not Call of Duty, it's Call of Carol.
Listen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She knew what she had to do, and
she did exactly. Her growth in that show is one of my favorites, because she didn't start out like that.
Mm-mm.
Yes. Anyway, okay, back to the show though. Yes. Thank you for that sidebar though, Punky. I do miss The Walking Dead. I haven't watched it in a while.
Exactly. So he convinces them to kind of like take a chance on him in the drops. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, so what they're doing is, why don't I set up something so that, when they're moving the drops, you can come in and you can take them. And he's like, yeah. Okay, sure.
Yep.
Not listening to anything, not even giving it okay, yeah. Straight yelling him. Okay, fine. Because at this point, he's got the ring. So it's going to look like he did it regardless. So now he's just trying to figure out a way to counter Oz's plan without really knowing what Oz's plan is.
Mm-hmm. Right. But what Sal does, and I don't think it's this episode, I think it's actually the next one where we'll meet her, but Sal calls in backup that will have all of the eyes on the outside. And I'm not gonna say who that is just yet, because I think it's worth worth it to wait for the reveal.
No, I think she's in this one.
Or is it this one?
Yeah, when he goes when he goes to see Sal, she's with
the next time. Yeah.
They're all together.
Yes. And the her we're referencing is Lady Chrissy. She will always Lady Chrissy. Mm-hmm. Comes on the set like, and she automatically has the resting bitch face, looking at Oz, as she should have.
And nobody is trusting anything Oz has got to say at all. Nobody is trusting him. Mm-hmm. But the fact that they felt this way and they still took a chance, I'm like, boy, ooh.
And that's a pattern, isn't it? Everyone that takes a random chance on Oz ends up being fucked somehow in the end.
Always, because he's about taking care of himself. He will never ever give you all of the keys to the kingdom. He will never give you all the cards. You're always going to be short. You will never know all the information that he knows. Always. Yep. She sure enough does. I love this woman so much.
You are 100% correct. Yes.
When I heard her in Mass Effect, I screamed. I screamed when I heard her voice. I knew exactly who she was.
Right. She has one of those very unique voices in Hollywood that as soon as you hear it, her face automatically pops into your head. Yeah. And she had a cameo in The Sea of Monsters, Percy Jackson, and I'm waiting for Meeks to get to that one so we can roast it when she does.
Are you talking about the show? Isn't that the next one?
No, the show. No, but you weren't doing that until season 2 came out, because that's with the
movie called The Sea of Monsters. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not the next season.
No. Sure. No, Shure played. She played the voice of it's not going to be a character that's seen a lot, but it's a very important part for that movie.
By the way, you know they recasted Zeus, right?
Who did they put?
Courtney B. Vance.
Yeah. Oh, you better fucking give me Mr. Angela Bassett. Yes.
Everybody is saying that too. This girl was like, I don't really know him anything else except for this part he played on Disney Channel or this movie, and I know him from that. But If you guys didn't know, his wife is Angela Bassett, and so we can have her as Hera. I put that in the mix now.
Oh my God, please. Yes, can we all put that into the ether? You know, like how it says in Peter Pan, like if you every time you clap, a fairy gets its wings. Let all of us clap right now. And hopefully our fairy will hear us and will allow us to have Angela Bassett as Hera, because that makes so much sense. And I feel like Angela Bassett would knock that out the park, because y'all know, again, Hera is petty as fuck, and I love a good petty. I don't agree with everything Hera does, but I still stand her petty.
You're gonna learn today. That's the motto. You gonna learn today.
That is such perfect casting to have Courtney B. Vance step in. Rest in peace, Lance. Rest in peace. I was worried, but now that I know who is coming into the role, it's going to be great.
All right, wait, because we're almost at the end of episode 1. So, once 100%. Oz leaves the prison, and he tries to go back. I think he tries to go back to his like bank vault of his
bank vault bedroom. Like,
he
what
sees
the fuck is with his room?
He sees Sophia and some goons come out, and he's like, driving forward.
Right, yeah, he's driving. She's not at his place, but she's across the street, I think. And he makes the mistake of lingering too long with his car that I'm sure is a little bit loud. And she looks over and she doesn't focus right away, but you could see on her face
the realization
that once she moves, once her eyes move over that extra inch to the right, she is full front, like, oh wait, hold on, motherfucker, I'm here questioning people. If you're here, this makes you sus. And she only it
wasn't not sus. She was looking for him at this point. She knew that he was full of shit. She knew that he was full of shit about Alberto and the information that he said in that meeting, and she was not going to let up. She knew that it was.
She says one word to get her guys in gear, because none of them saw Oz. She's the only one that saw Oz, and she did not break eye contact at all. She just said, "Go." And by this time, around like, oh shit! Now they all see him, and Oz takes off because he knows they're coming for him.
And I think by this time, him and Vic have separated. He told Vic to go do something, but we don't know what he told him to do.
No, he told him to go home and get some rest, because this was right after all they did the shit. But he said, keep your phone on. However, when he calls, Vic's phone goes to voicemail.
No, I think that they already had a plan. I think that he told him to get some rest because they already had a plan. And the plan was for him not to be there, so just go ahead and get some rest, because they already talked about the plan, which is why he had to wait by his phone. So I think they already had the plan, but the phone call is what activated the plan. And so when he
actually, you know what? Chased, that makes sense. Yeah,
when he was being chased by the dudes.
Right.
He was like, "Yo, pick up the phone."
Also, if y'all ever watch any of those shorts that you may come across on YouTube about drivers being ridiculous behind the wheel, Oz fully embodies that right here, because he just goes on this run, cutting people off, almost causing several accidents, and even still, he almost got out because they caught up to him.
They did.
They were beating him, but
it was like a FEMA camp.
Two guys. Yeah,
but listen, even that was still smart as hell, because he hid in the trunk. I wouldn't even expect him to get in the trunk. I would have just got out and walked another way. He was in the trunk, and so he was like, "Yeah, I got away," and they were like, "Nah,
right."
No,
he forgot about the third guy sitting over there waiting. He was, as soon as he turned around, he's like, "Oh shit!" and fade to black because he got knocked out.
Absolutely. After the dude got hit by the bus, which was hilarious.
100%. 100%.
Hilarious. And so he wakes up, and Sophia is like, "I'm not stupid.
I have questions.
I'm not dumb." Just I know what you're saying was a big bag of
lies.
I
know you.
I just want to know what happened.
More than anybody.
Just tell me what happened. Just tell me what happened.
What does Oz do?
Lie through his fucking teeth.
Classic fucking Oz. Lies through his teeth. And we see when the camera pans over, Sophia also got Calvin yoked up. sitting there, and Oz is putting all this shit on him. And poor Calvin. This is the only time I'm gonna feel sorry for him because he's a random shit person. But in this instance, he didn't deserve this shit.
Nobody.
He got roped in for no damn reason just because Oz had to spin a story and tell 3 lies to get rid of the 1 lie that he told a couple scenes ago.
He just keeps piling it on. I'm just like, bruh. If he'd have just left it alone and didn't go to the Maronis, it would have been fine. It would have been fine. Like,
because he thinks he's not leaving a paper trail the way he's moving. But for someone like Sophia, and this is one of my gripes about Sophia, she sees through that shit. But she wants what's owed to her, I think, so badly that she blinds herself to the red flags.
Yeah, because the moment that he kept lying and actually like forced her hand to kill this kid, she knew. She was like, you had to kill this kid for nothing because I know you're lying. I know you're lying and you know you're lying. So why not admit you're lying? Because you could have saved somebody's life. I didn't have to kill him, but this is what you wanted me to do, right? This is what you wanted me to do. You wanted me to kill him, thinking that if I killed him, then all the problems would go on him. I know the truth. I know the truth. And while she's like interrogating him, getting ready to ramp up the torture, a car comes slowly driving through their yard and hits the fountain. And everybody's like, the fuck is this? And so they go
contingency plan.
They go investigate, and it is there's nobody in the front seat. It's empty. And they're like, what the hell's going on? So they go pop the trunk, and it's Alberto's body in the back, missing his ring finger.
His ring finger, yeah.
With, the ring is gone, the ring finger is missing, and her brother is dead in the back. And on the top of the freaking trunk, it says payback.
So automatically, automatically, who you think they're gonna look at for that? Not Oz. Nope. And because he hears, because that scream that Sophia lets out, that is soul wrenching. That is literally Shang Tsung coming in. Your soul is mine. Her soul died right there because her fucking brother now is hemmed up in this bullshit. She's been looking for him already for the whole episode. And this is how she finds him. And we put the camera back. Go ahead.
No, I feel like she knew that he was dead, but without a body.
Yeah, she still, she at least still needed his body for that bit of closure.
And so there we go.
And the camera pans back, and this motherfucker, again, just like when he killed him, he's laughing.
He's laughing because he realized his plans work, and now he's walking scot-free because you can't be in 2 places at once. He couldn't have rolled the car up.
Yeah. And Sophia doesn't know about Vic yet.
Nope. And also doesn't know that he went to go see Maroni either.
Yeah.
Don't know that. And that's the end of the first episode.
I mean, clutch later. Yep.
Pretty much. Because him and Vic, sit down and have a conversation. But that's pretty much the end of the first episode. They agreed to work together, and tutelage for Vic. And
this is actually the first reference we see about his brothers. Well, I mean, there were pictures at Mom's house, but there was a little more in depth to where Oz made it seem like they were bros. They were brothers and also the best of pals, running around the sewers, making it their own home / maze playground, whatever.
He wants to do for the city.
Yeah,
he wants to be the person to save it. Child, I can't. It was just a really great episode. And it's a really great introduction to all of our key players to see how they maneuver.
Yeah. Everybody got their introduction here. Wait, hold on. Let me think. What? I think there's one character that I don't think we saw this episode who is going to come in the next episode. I could be misremembering. Was Shades in this one?
No.
I think it's episode 2 is when we see him. Yeah, and I'm referencing this character as Shades because that's the character he had in Luke Cage. So whenever I see his face in anything, he Shades automatically to me. All right, so there we go. All right, so the next episode, we start off with Oz. Wait, is that right? Yeah. Well, it starts off with him and Sal talking again, and we also see Lady Chrissy again, and she's side eyeing, but Sal,
everybody's pissed.
Hold on,
Yeah, at this point, everybody is
how the
mad.
hell are we doing this? Mm-hmm.
It's not even how the hell we doing this. I think they knew that he was going to try to pin it on them, but the fact that he successfully did it, they were pissed because they were like, now what? Now the shit's on us.
Now there's another gang war that we have to fight. Like, they're kind of fighting on two different fronts now.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, what the fuck are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he was like, well, I mean, things didn't go the way I thought they were going to go. So you can try to like rob this drop thing and set it up. That's a long time, bro. That's a long time.
No, it didn't take. It took the amount of time that we call plot.
Because listen, that's a lot. That's a lot of scraping. That's a lot of scraping, scratching.
Especially for as deep as it was.
Yeah. So I think how we got to the shipment is that they were going to set it up so that, or Oz was going to set it up so that he was in the front.
He was car. In one of the he was going to be in one of the other cars that did not have the drugs. The front car, I think, was the proxy, wasn't it?
No,
that was the one that actually had it.
It was a car. It was the truck, and there was a car and a car. He was supposed to be in like one of the back two.
Well, yeah, one of the non essential ones. However, but they were there for the muscle. Beatty was like, no, bitch,
your drops, right?
Like you said, it's your drop. Mm-hmm.
Get in there.
Or you got to ride with your stash
in the truck.
Which I feel like Beatty was actually playing very smart right there. Mm-hmm. But where he dropped the ball is he did not have guards posted up on the side along the route, because had he had that, he would have very clearly been able to suss out and see, this was some shit that Oz hooked up, and we can just get Oz out the fucking picture right now.
Well, I feel like VD and I don't know why everybody does this. Everybody underestimates Oz.
They're underestimating him. Yeah,
they underestimate Oz's lack of not giving a fuck about who his friends are. He'll shoot you. We could be the best of buddies, and he'll still shoot you. And people be like, "Oh, you've worked with all these people. These are considered your crew. You're not going to hurt your crew. You got to be loyal to your crew." No.
Oh,
he's loyal to himself. Mm-hmm. He sacrificed everybody in there. Matt, didn't he have to? Did he shoot the driver first, or did the shots fire and then he shot the driver?
The shots were fired, and because he needed to make it look good, he shot the driver and killed the other two dudes that was in the back with him. So he had to get the driver, because if the driver survived, he would tell on Oz about these two dudes.
And that's, I'm like, they were underestimating his will to just go ahead and kill everybody who is his friends. He don't care. His will not giving a fuck. Come on, when the shooting started shooting and the pop started popping, Sir was like, I got to get my behind out of here. I don't care about y'all. I don't care about these drops. Come get these things. Just don't shoot me. I've got plans. I got things to do. I'm busy. She's booked. Don't shoot me. But the problem is also because how the cars were set up, he wasn't where he was supposed to be, and he couldn't tell them where he was because they were already gone. He had to maneuver, and he had to make it seem like he was trying to protect the people who were actually outside and made it out from the other cars, because he was going to shoot one of the guys, and then he realized he couldn't shoot the people he was with. He had to shoot the guys that were coming at him, and it looked like he saved them, so it gave him some cover as to make it seem like
and he got he got lucky on that, especially because one of those dudes was Sophia's right-hand guy right now.
Mm-hmm.
One of those dudes, they work for the family, quote unquote, but his loyalties are specifically to Sophia, and he saved that dude's life.
Failing upwards, correct.
Failing upward, exact 100%. That is exactly, that should be his house words. That's how it words. Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct.
100% correct.
Because technically, he shouldn't have made it out of there alive.
No, none of them should have. Absolutely none of them should have. The plan was fucked from the very beginning because VD put him in the wrong car.
Yep.
And again, I feel like that was a masterful move, but VD didn't see clear enough to capitalize on it.
No, he didn't. They keep underestimating this dude, and so he makes it out.
Mm-hmm.
They end up the Maronis end up taking the drops. Oz ends up looking like the hero, protecting the rest of his crew that made it out, and
they all telling stories at the mansion. If it wasn't for Oz, I wouldn't even fucking be here right now, dude. Dude came through, he had the gun, hit the shotty on everybody.
He definitely, and Vidi and Milos are thinking that he's involved, of course. Like, how do they know exactly where to hit, when to hit? And Sophia comes in and seconds that. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That means we have a mole on the inside. If they knew exactly what they was going to be, what the trucks were going to look like, what route we were taking, like somebody was spilling the beans. And they were like, you have a vagina. I'm still confused as to why you keep walking in here with a vagina. Leave. Bruh. This is a peen situation only. Peens and things, vagines need to leave. Like, I don't understand why you keep talking.
The amount of disrespect that is given to Sophia by these assholes. It's because she understands the game.
No, I would have killed everybody upon exiting Arkham.
We gonna get there though.
No, I'm gonna kill everybody immediately. I'm not waiting. I'm gonna come out of here and be like, all y'all put me in there for 10 years, and the only reason I'm out is because my dad is dead. Got it.
She had to line up everything.
Got it
for herself. She had to line up everything.
She didn't though. That's the thing.
You're right.
She didn't.
Old school Italian values. You're right.
But listen, 10 years. I would have gotten out of there and blown up the house.
That is a long time. She literally went in there innocent, and it's almost like what's his name on American Horror Story. The 1984 season with the I guess you can call him a serial killer. He wasn't, but he got locked up too, and he never killed nobody until
that wasn't the clown
all
one.
That shit happened. No, that was Freak Show
one. Okay,
yeah.
See, girl, I'll be remembering.
Mafia said no for being progressive. You know what?
That's why.
That is exactly covered once we get to episode 4.
That's why I'm like, man, I would have gotten out of there and I would have immediately killed. They don't care. They sacrificed you. All of them.
Yeah.
Including your brother. I would have burnt the house down with everyone in it and gone to live my life. Like, but
oh man.
So they kick her out of the room and she's super frustrated because she's like, I need to figure out who on the inside. Yeah, I need to figure out who on the inside is doing this shit so I can look like I'm also valuable to them and I can get rid of the mole. Get rid of the mole. So
mole. I'm sorry, we're clowns, man. Y'all know that.
and by this time, Luca shows up and everybody listen. I don't know how many of y'all watch Gilmore Girls, but Luca's name is Max. Okay?
I don't know him from that. The only thing I know him from is the 10th Kingdom.
That is Lorelai's first fiance. That was a teacher at Rory's high school. That is Max Medina. So when I saw him, I was like, Max is soft. You're correct. Max is really soft.
Shout out to Gilmore Girls.
Max is so soft. He's not the leader, and he's not the leader. And so
which is why he wants to move the main operations to Jersey because he don't got to fight nobody in Jersey.
I don't even think that. I think that he's just going along with what Vidi says because he's like, I just got here and Vidi said this is good, so it's good.
Very Which simple. Makes it even worse though.
Exactly. Ugh. No work.
Oh wait, hold on. Is he Tytos? All roads lead back to Thrones. Is he Tytos Lannister?
I don't think so. I don't think he's ever been in Game of Thrones.
Go. No. Not that he was cast that, but that's essentially his character.
Oh,
he's going along. He's going along with everything that means he does not need to fight or have discourse with anyone.
Oh yeah, she was definitely being toxic dating him. Definitely. But yes, I understand that. I was like, he wasn't that actor. That was an actor. Let me look.
Not that Tytos has an actor, but it's the personality traits that I see. Because Tytos didn't never want no smoke with nobody to the point of openly allowing his lower lords to make fun of him and not pay back the millions of gold dragons he would lend out to them as a loan. Yeah.
But then I think this episode is where we meet Shades for the first time. Because this is where she is having like a panic attack or something, thinking about her brother's death, and she has like it's like a session and
at the very
what's it called?
At the beginning of that though, it was a session, but the start for those two is it in this episode. She woke up in her closet.
Yeah.
And to me, I parallel that with the issues that I know some soldiers have coming home once they've seen actual war combat. Is there? It's like the spaces around them that used to feel safe are too big, so they need someplace that's smaller, which usually results in some of them sleeping under their bed. Because one, it's like a harder surface, so it reminds them of the cots that they have to sleep in while they're deployed, or they like I've even heard cases of some that will like dig a dugout in their backyard and they'll make that the bunker where they sleep because the bed is like too soft for them right now. There's too much open space, so something could sneak up on them that they won't be able to see in time to stop. So that's the level of
situation. So they make a situation for them. They put it all together.
Yeah. So and that's the level of trauma right now that Sophia is in, because she has a beautiful room we see, but she's more comfortable with her mattress on the floor of her closet because it's a small finite space, just like her cell at Arkham.
It's just familiarity.
So I think it's worth
makes
that.
her feel better.
Yeah.
And so he puts her in like a hypnotic trance or something like that, where she can she's like going through the thoughts and seeing what she's seeing, her time a little bit, talking to her brother, and how she regrets that he is dead and how she's just like really distraught by that. And we meet him as she comes out of it, and he has to like hold on to her because she's like freaking out a little bit when she comes out
the
of
equivalent.
And so now she's like, listen, now I got to find this mole. I got to find this mole who's responsible for my brother's death because I can't let this shit stand. You know, I got to go do stuff. So and then after this, doesn't she go and find a cop? So this person.
Yeah, she's at the bar. Yeah. And there's this old cop who very clearly is a junkie. I think he's still, I feel like he's still on the job. I think I could be misremembering that, but I think he's still on the job.
Like, I couldn't tell.
He's a dirty cop.
Yeah,
so
he's a dirty cop,
obviously he's going to be doing. Yeah, he's an addict and also an alcoholic. So he's trying to put more drinks on his tab at the bar, and the bartender's like, "Bruh, you maxed out. Unless you pay off some of this shit, we can't give you nothing." So he walks away disappointed, and Sophia steps in like, Hey, friend,
buddy.
I see you're having a hard time around here. let me treat you. Here's a little shot. Here go. You know what? I got this little spare vial of drops, bro. Go ahead on. I see you need that. I got you.
I do.
But in the meantime,
big bag.
I need something from you though to pay for that.
One of these.
And I do like that she does not beat around the bush about it at all. She goes right into business. And go ahead and continue. I gotta step out for 2 seconds.
No problem.
I'll be right back.
She's trying to solve that puzzle. So she's looking at him. She's like, okay, I provided you with these bagel drops, right? So I need you to do something for me. And I need you to figure out more information on my brother's death, like who was involved, who was around. Like I need to know. Very, very Alanis Morissette. I ought to know. And so he takes the drops and he was like, okay, all right. And you're right. Yeah. Pollyanna, you're absolutely right. She's definitely trying to continue her father's game, which I don't like, but I get it. She's got a bone to pick, and she really wants to figure out who killed her brother. That's the most important. Who killed her brother, because it'll also point out who is the mole. And so she sicks the drop head on the case. And while all this is going on, she still hasn't let Oz up. You know what I mean? Like she still hasn't let up on Oz. So I think after this was like, was it the funeral or was that before? I can't remember. Oh wait, or did Maroni's wife pick up Oz because of the botched drop run they did? I think that's what happened, because They're looking for the same person. She tells Oz that one of her people have been taken from the hospital. He lived and was taken from the hospital. Oz is like,
okay, hold on. Where are we at?
damn. After Sophia finished talking to the dude and she sets him on the trail, Oz is taken by Maroni's wife. And she's like, listen, you piece of shit bitch. You set us up. Them drops was stolen. I mean, we had to take the drops, but we lost so many people. And one of our people who survived, who was very important to us, was taken from the hospital. So you better find him before Sophia finds him. And he starts singing because it's not going to look good on you. Never mind him. He's already dead. It's not going to look good on you. And so Oz is like, shit.
Okay. Yeah. And again, this is where he has to course correct because he failed to handle something properly.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Previously.
Pretty much. And of course,
what we see, Sophia finds that dude.
The cop finds that dude.
The cop finds him. Yeah. No, the cop finds him and gives the info over. Sophia's goons go and pick him up. And they have this motherfucker in the basement at the damn repast for her brother. And also, real quick sidebar, just to backtrack just a little bit. While they're at the funeral, there are people there protesting, send her back. Send her back. Meaning, send Sophia, aka the Hangman, a name that she should never have been given. Send her back to Arkham. They're protesting at this young man's funeral. I understand that you may not like her, but this isn't the setting for that. That's just the level of disrespect is real.
Well, listen, they don't care.
But yeah, they don't give a fuck. You're right. They're the angry villagers with pitchforks and random ass farming equipment going to try to get somebody.
And while they're at the repast, freaking Oz, of course, has a plan with Vic and tries to get Vic to plant the book of diamonds or jewels inside of VD's car so that he can go in here and be like, I know who the mole is. It's VD. So we can get rid of VD because he don't like VD either. He's like, boo-boo, poo-poo, doo-doo on VD. You know, VD don't like me and VD don't like you, Sophia. So if we can get together and get VD the hell out of here, this is great for both of us. And so he didn't get a chance to pitch that because Vic was never able to put the jewels inside of his car. And
he fumbled that.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know why he thought that they wouldn't know a black kid, a brown kid, in an area where there are no browns.
Not even the Browns, but this is not his stilo. This isn't. He literally told you, I have never done work like this. If you give me a chance and you show me how to do it, I will get the job done. Man. But Oz skipped all of the training day. He tossed this kid in.
Red and black first down.
Bruh.
They don't wear first downs out there, baby. They wear actual coats.
Why did you not tell him to, at the very least, put on some casual work attire? Then maybe he could have blended in as the staff. What the fuck are you doing? Again, Oz, you dropped the ball. And then you had to go and do some heinous shit to try to get out of that.
And once Vic told him that, he once again formulated another plan. The one thing I can give Oz is that he's a quick thinker. He is quick on his feet.
Yes,
quick on his feet. And so by the time 100%. He got in there, he found out where Sophia was hiding the guy in the basement.
Was in the basement,
and he was like, "Okay, did you drop the jewels?" And Vic was like, "No, I couldn't do it." And he was like, "Damn, all right, plan D." And he ends up killing the guy stupidly with the knives, and he put the knife back in his fucking pocket. I would have tossed that bitch out the window.
No, I would have dropped it down the drain. It's worth noting, though, that once he finds out that the dude is in the basement, before he goes down there, he goes to VD and the other dude and, trying to blend in, condolences, bro. Alberto was our dude, rest in peace to our homie. Mm-hmm. And I can't believe that y'all would trust Sophia's goons over me, who's been here for years, on the bullshit. And they look at him like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Don't play bullshit with me, bro."
He's downstairs in the basement.
Y'all know this dude is downstairs. What the fuck? And y'all ain't even tell me. I could have helped y'all with this. You needed my help. What the fuck you doing? And he plants that seed. He walks away, and
My
then
favorite
everything
thing is
starts
they just
rolling.
They was like,
there's like, wait, hold on, huh?
We gotta, excuse
and
me.
And then they had to go fact check. Yeah,
excuse me. I mean,
they had to go and get the car facts. They had to go get the car facts on that.
Mm-hmm. And so they went to Sophia, and Sophia was like, "Yeah, I got the guy downstairs who could tell us."
And
who
yes,
the mole
it's
is,
definitely a class thing, Ricky. Mm-hmm.
And they can tell us who the who not only who the mole is, but who killed my brother. Like, we got all the information downstairs, so they all run downstairs to see this dude, and this dude is already dead. And she was like, "See, he was alive, and now he's got somebody new."
You
exactly. Hit him with the swift as I told you. And so VD went to Luca, and Luca locked it down. Luca locked it down and was like, nobody is leaving. Everybody's getting searched. It is what it is. And this is once again,
this is the one time
fucks himself up into a corner again, because you should have got rid of the knife. Why?
This is the one time I will give Luca props, because he said, yeah, you know what? Round every motherfucking body up, put him in this room. We taking care of this shit right now. And when I saw that Oz still had the fucking knife, I literally startled and jumped out of my seat on the couch. Like, what the fuck do you still have it for? It's like freaking Rocket in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Why the fuck do you still have that? Why would you not have tossed that out the window? How did you not foresee that maybe somebody would discover what has happened, and then everybody is going to need to be checked? The most logical thing to happen in that house, once some shit goes down, is for everybody to be checked. Yes. What the fuck were you doing? He made up that damn plan. That shit would have been gone. They would never have found it. Nope. I would have put it in somebody's random, obscure, under the blanket on the topmost shelf in like the 6th bedroom.
I'm going to open up a pipe and drop it down there.
He would have had to leave.
No, he wouldn't have had to leave. He was down near the boiler.
Maybe
he was in the boiler area. There were so many pipes. There were so many things. Like, if you think about what happens in episode 4, how she like jerry rigged the situation in episode 4, he could have been like,
yeah. Very true. Very true. Right. You're right. You're right on that.
Day. But I'm just like, sir, you could have like washed your hands with soap, washed your hands with ammonia. You could have
and been gone. These are gangsters. Nobody is doing a luminol test. Exactly. Nobody is checking for fingerprints. And I feel like this also would have been the most perfect time to get rid of VD. I mean, it comes along later, but this was the opportune moment. That was your only, but he thought it more important to get rid of Sophia's guy first.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that he would have been able to trick Luca into thinking that it was VD who did that. I don't think so. I don't think that.
Don't think so?
I don't think it would have worked. He could have put the knife in anybody's pocket. He could have put it in Milosh's pocket because he's near everybody, right? But it wouldn't have made sense, especially when Oz was the one who let them know that they were down there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because they found out the information together.
They did.
And Milosh found out the information together. So it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, they did. It's weird.
Immediately. Yeah.
It's still weird that they gave it to, pivot to someone, but pivot it to the guy that Sophia is giving the most trust. Yes. You have to have known that's going to make her even harder give you the bombastic side eye.
Yes, but it also makes everybody else give her the side eye as well. It made everybody else, which is the most important. He wants to isolate her.
For her reaction though, on how that happened, I don't think anyone was thinking she had something to do with that death, because she was the first one. Once they saw the knife, she turned around. She was like, "Oh, it was you? Yeah. Yo, give me your gun." I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Give me your fucking gun right now. And her fucking uncle. Random Shaggy reference. Did I make it? Wasn't me. Reference? No, the bump. Yeah, no, the bombastic side eye.
Yes,
yeah, that's not a Shaggy reference.
No. Yeah,
that didn't come from him. But same culture, still in our culture of the West Indies. Yes. But yeah, no, for the fact that she was that eager to jump and say, oh, you did that shit. Nah, we got to handle this shit now. But then fucking uncle comes up and caps him, and she turns around like, why the fuck did you do that? That was my fucking kill to make. I don't think anyone suspected her.
Maneuver. Well, it's not about suspecting her. It's the fact that now they can't trust her or the people under her, because it looks like the people under her caused the death of her brother,
willing to betray her.
Okay, exactly. So none of those people. So it wasn't like she did it. And it also like undermined her, because now they weren't listening to you before, and today you made a lot of sense. You were on something. But now they're going to completely disregard you. And it's what Oz wanted. He wanted them to completely disregard Sophia, because Sophia is the only one who was on his ass.
Yeah, because she's seeing that shit. And I will that's basically the wrap up of the episode. There is one thing I will highlight that I put in my notes, specifically because I feel like this is one of the most ridiculous, egregious things that her family has done to her. While she's upstairs and she's walking through, looking at all the rooms of the repast, she hears an old video of her and her brother playing while they were kids. And then it cuts to a video of him looking into the camera and telling her, Happy New Year. I know at some point in time you're going to be back. I'm sorry you ain't here right now. Blah, 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 blah. Cut to where she's in the hallway trying to, center herself again and gather herself. And her bullshit ass cousin comes up talking about, do you remember all those trips we used to make to Italy and how we would always mess with all the boys and blah, blah, blah. And it was so much fun. We should do a girls trip again. And Sophia is looking at her like a girls trip. Word? You know what? Yeah, I guess that might be fun.
Okay.
And then the girl's daughter comes up, and we start to see her true face a little bit. And Sophia was actually very, very cordial and nice to her, but the sister was looking at her. When Sophia bent down to ask her what her name is and all that. Okay. She grabbed her, put the arm around her, and almost yoked her back a little bit.
Okay, disrespectful.
The reason I'm saying fuck you to this cousin is because what we will find out is this cousin has this ridiculous ass attitude, like there isn't beef between the two of them when you motherfuckers used to be besties.
This is well-seasoned beef, but okay, ma'am, you do you, boo.
Right, like it's almost it's not the exact same situation, but if you think about just one person being mad at another person because they were wronged on some bullshit, it's like the Leah and Emily situation in the Twilight movies. I say movies because I never read the book. Yeah, basically Leah's boyfriend for many years turned into a werewolf, and after that all of his genes were telling him that he was actually supposed to be with Leah's cousin, who was also her best friend, and they ended up getting married and all that. And Leah just is stuck in limbo. She's also now a wolf, but she hasn't met her imprint yet. So it's especially ridiculous to see them happy together, because you can't just make those feelings for another person go away. And it's paralleled with this here, because this bitch is acting like shit is cool, and it's not. It's not. And I will give specifics in season 4, episode 4. But for now, let's move on to episode 3.
Trash.
And this is the flashback. Mm-hmm. Yes, we start off in the flashback.
I was so confused. I was like, what y'all doing over here? Y'all hanging out? And then I saw his mom, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. We get the backstory.
Mm-hmm. And this is
the bulk of this episode.
I was going to say before the levees broke, but it's more before the seawall came down, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Almost the same thing. You got to see a little bit of Vic's family, how he was just running around. He had a girlfriend, he had friends. They're supposed to go on top of the roof to look at the fireworks from the election. I think it was like the election results, something like that.
The new mayor's election. Mm-hmm.
And he got into a little back and forth with his dad about wanting more in life. Like, I know you're happy doing what you're doing, but don't you want more? Don't you want to be more successful? Don't you want more money? And his dad was like, I got enough, and that is good enough for me. And I mean, it frustrated him.
To Vic's credit, though, he wasn't wrong.
He's not wrong. But for some people, it's just they're okay with enough because they had
with
less.
the bare minimum. Yeah.
They had nothing, so they're okay with enough. And
it's never said explicitly, but I think it is implied
that what
that they come from a poorer background, and now they're at a level where they see themselves as being very respectable and doing good work. And again, Vic wasn't wrong. No, his sister actually agreed with him. They were not wrong. His dad is a mechanic, but not only just a regular mechanic. No, he specializes on like all of the extra special muscle cars and the international cars that come into the Gotham. That's what he does. All those rare parts that you would need to work on those cars, he is able to find them shits when no one else can.
Yeah,
so Vic was right. You can absolutely charge more because you're that valuable. But his dad was humble. He was never on that get rich shit.
No, but unfortunately, when he left, he went up there to hang out with his friends and watch the fireworks. They were just having a good old rat-a-tat-tatting, and we got to see what's his name again?
Calvin.
We got to
Calvin
see
and Squid.
And Squid and his girlfriend Gabriella, was it?
Graciela. I thought it was Gabriella too until I looked it up.
Listen, I've been paying attention. and then while they're talking and they're getting clothes, and he's like how he is so happy to be, from the neighborhood that he is. He's so proud of the place that he's from. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, the fireworks are gonna start, and the boom was not a firework boom. It was an explosion boom. And it was just like boom, and it was boom, and they were like,
bro.
And because they were on the top of the building, they got a bird eye view of just the water coming
of his building. Not only his building being knocked down, but his family being taken out the game. And I'm telling you, while he's looking off of this roof, his building is just to the left, maybe half a block down. His mom actually has plants on the fire escape. And she's out there, she's watering the plants, and you know how moms do, they fidget with shit to make it look just a little better, even if they only turn it like 1 inch to the left or whatnot. He sees the shit coming, and he starts trying to call, and then he just starts trying to yell down the street, yo, mom, get the fuck out. But he's not able to make the connection, and he watches as his building is demolished and his family is cleared out in one sweep. Everybody that was on that roof was very lucky to survive, but all of them have that trauma now because all of their family was
down below. Yeah, they were down below.
And it's the same thing with Graciela. The same situation that Vic is in, being an orphan, is the exact same situation that Graciela, I still want to call her Gabriella.
Listen,
Graciela is in.
Yeah, so we got to see that little flashback before.
See you, boo. And
it just makes so much sense as to why just why he is the way he is, and why he's trying to be better, why he's trying to do better, and why he's following around Oz. Because at the end of the last episode, what we didn't touch on is that Oz and Sophia agreed to work together because she was tired of VD's shit.
Yes.
So Sophia finally takes Oz, or goes to Oz's place to pick him up, and he's like trying to tell Vic like, hey, this is what you need to do. You're gonna be driving us. And she comes in and she was like, no, he's not driving us. You're driving me, and then we are gonna go to the thing that I was gonna tell you about the.
And that is a thing. That's a thing all through this episode. Oz is saying we, and Sophia is correcting him at every turn. No, bitch,
me.
Zhao is coming to meet with me. The triads are making a deal with me. And off rip, she very firmly corrects Vic on what the situation actually is. First of all, Vic is scared to even deal with her because when she knocks, Penguin gets a call from the prison, which means that call is coming from Sal. So he's like, yo, I got to take this call. Go ahead and handle her real quick. And Vic is automatically is creeped out like, yo, she's the fucking hangman. And
what do you want me to tell
Oz says just so casually, don't believe everything you read in the newspaper. So again, that's another reference to clue us in. All that shit that she was in Arkham for what was a lie. Huge ass lie. and she comes in, and they're talking, and she said, where's Oz? Oh, he had to handle something real quick, and starts questioning Vic, who are you, where you came from, and whatnot. And it gets to a point in the conversation to where, did you know he used to be my driver? And Vic very, very much on his face is like, no. I didn't know that. Yeah, I figured he wouldn't tell you how much of a peon he was. So but just so you know, he used to be my driver. He used to be you.
This is so great. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Great talk.
Absolutely. And so I believe did they show the phone call at all a little bit?
No, they heard we heard them talking as he went in and closed the vault door.
Okay, I wasn't sure if
why is this man's bedroom a fucking vault?
Because he's smart. Because if somebody were to come into your house and try to kill you,
is the vault functional?
Yeah, it closes and it
it closes. But
listen, it should lock from the inside. Otherwise, what's the point of having the door?
Well, yeah, I think all bedroom doors can do that, but I'm saying
the vault
design
part,
of it.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like the vault.
Is that a real vault?
Okay. I think it is. Those
I wouldn't put it past him.
Nope. Yeah. But she leaves Vic, makes Oz drive her to her Connect so he can get the full intel on what the plan is, because he's been winging it with a little piece of plan that Alberto had told him. But now she's letting him in on the full plan. Like, listen, we have a new drug. And he walks in immediately, but this is not new. This is mushrooms. And she was like, it's not the mushrooms. It's what's
that right there.
On them.
That right there is where I think that was her first, not first red flag with Oz, but for this specific situation is the biggest red flag, because this dude, as smart as he moves sometimes, he doesn't really think that far out the box. You're looking at all of this, and I'm telling you, it is about to be the new hottest thing.
Well,
and the only thing you're seeing is mushrooms.
He could have just been quiet and let her talk. Like, how
let her talk
coming in and trying to rule over everything when you don't even know what's going on, which is what
you don't even know.
Like, this is stupid. I'm not even finished telling you.
Which is why I don't think that she should have even brought him there.
No,
the one thing that he did not have was that connect.
Or even the knowledge.
Or even the knowledge of how they were making what it was they were making. If she would not have taken him there, he would not have really had a leg to stand on.
No,
because he would have been stuck trying to figure out what it was. Because at this point, he doesn't even know exactly what the drug is. He does not know what form it comes in. He does not know what the possible effects even are.
He just knows
all he knows is that it's going to change the game, and whoever's in control of it, it's basically the spice melange. Shout out to all my Doom fans out there. It's basically the spice, and it will give you the best contact high that you could have from a drug in Gotham right now.
He's peppering her with questions, trying to give her more information. Like, what do you mean? Where'd you get this from? Why does it say Arkham on the bag? Like, why does it say all of what is all of this? And she's like, all you need to know is that you do not touch these, because they are very, very particular. They are very, very, very sensitive. Don't touch them. I have a supply. I have a connect. All we need to do is find people willing to distribute it, and then we can get our stuff out there before we have to go to VD and shut his shit down. This is what we got to do.
And yes, Ricky, the spice must flow.
And that was the entire plan. They were supposed to find connects, and Oz was like, "Well, I got connects. I can have people hand them out." But
he thinks
you got to follow
even
me.
Even that is flimsy as hell. Even that is flimsy.
She finds that out.
Oh, it's already on the list, Nina. We got you. We got you, boo. We were literally just talking about that before we came on.
Because I don't. The only thing I've really seen of Dune is the 90s miniseries.
The 1980. Oh, so you haven't seen the original movie? Only the sci-fi series?
Just the series. Whatever that miniseries was. That's all I've seen.
Okay.
That's all I've seen. So I'm like, do I need more before I go in? And people are telling me yes, people are telling me no.
No.
I assume because it's a prequel, I should be good to go.
Yeah.
So
it's a prequel. You're fine.
I will start on that.
Yes, we will definitely cover that, but it probably won't be until the new year for the discussions.
Listen. So Oz was like, okay, let's go to the triads, because I can get the triads to help get a foothold in the clubs. And he left Vic outside in the car with the drugs while he went
sitting
inside,
open in the front fucking seat. Vic, you don't need to have experience in this work to know that you don't have the evidence sitting front and center in the front seat with no tint on your fucking windows.
Illegally parked, by the way. Illegally parked.
Fuck?
While Sophia and Oz are inside trying to negotiate. First of all, so they walk in there and Sophia thinking she's walking in with some kind of authority, some kind of clout. And they see Oz and they was like, get his ass.
They immediately square up and pull guns.
And she's like, oh. And they're like, we know who you are. But this bitch, nah. But Oz does what Oz does.
Where is my fucking money, yo? Homie came down them stairs like fucking Big Perm, yo. Hey, yo,
for these cigarettes.
Where is my money? Run me my checks.
And so Oz does what Oz does best, which is schmooze him. He
talks his way out of it.
He talks his way out of it, telling him about a new business idea or venture that they have involving this new drug, and they need somebody to distribute it for them. And they're like, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Bro, you already owe me money. And Oz, with his flimsy ass excuses, has there ever been a time really when I haven't paid you back? Eventually?
Yes.
The whole of your damn resume, bitch. What? Yes. Your credit is no good here no more.
Yes. And so, how did he convince them to
it is Big Worm. It is Big Worm, but Smokey calls him Big Perm because of the curls in his hair. Yeah,
because he has to convince. What is his name? Is it Link?
I forget what dude's name is, but he's basically the number one underboss to Zhao, who is the head of the triad.
He's literally the number two. Then he's the number two.
Yeah, he's the number two.
I cannot remember how he convinced him.
I can't remember his name though.
I think it was.
He told him he had Biddy. Yeah, he told and Oz told him that we're not out here just moving by ourselves. We got everything hooked up at home, and he was like, "Oh yeah, for real? Who?" He said, "Yo, we got Vidi." So and he's like, "Oh, you do? Okay, you know what? Have Vidi call me right now within the next 5 minutes, and then
no, it wasn't 5 minutes. It wasn't. It was have Vidi call the Dai Lao." And they were like,
"That's right."
Oh, They were like, "Yeah, okay, sure." But my favorite part about this whole entire thing was Sophia just was like, "Yeah, Vidi's in on this." Didn't miss a beat.
You could still see on her face she had the resting bitch face side eye, like Oz. If you don't shut the fuck up, again, this is her meeting.
Yeah,
you are not here to rule or run anything.
But he came up with the plan, and so she was like, "How are we supposed to fucking do this when he hates both of our fucking guts?" And he was like, "I got another plan. Meet me at this. Meet me here. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I'll be right back." And so I think we transitioned to the restaurant where Vic and Oz are having a conversation about, dreams and goals and his father and how his father, how his father would be proud of him doing what he's doing, making the money that he's making, even though he knows it's not true. He wants to feel that it's true. So it makes him feel better that they're having this conversation and knowing that his father it might be okay with this. I'm like, that's cute. It makes you feel better, but it's a lie. But
your dad will not be down on this shit at all. And the one thing I will say though that Oz shows in this scene is he is absolutely down for the working man. The lowest of the low that and what Vic was saying is, and Dad was a mechanic. He was able to find all these rare parts to do business with all these different garages around town. But in his heart, he was really a chef. Yeah. He loved food. He loved to put our authentic cuisines together from our country and all of that. And he was like, but I don't think he ever got a chance to.
It was Link. I wanted to make sure it was
a high class place like this.
Yeah, and so
like, okay, thank you, Ricky.
While they were talking,
I haven't read the books, Pollyanna, but they are on my list.
I don't have time. I would love to read again.
It's a long series.
Listen.
Yeah. Oz here does show that, he says that that's not right. Your dad was the working man. He knows what it is to put in them hours, put in that work to get a good result. And, this world ain't set up for that. And it's bullshit that your pops couldn't come enjoy this good ass shit that we about to have right here.
And he would be so proud of you for like being here and getting ready to enjoy this. And he was like, while you eat that, I'll be right back.
It's go time. And also, but just before that, when the waiter is taking their order, Vic does start to stumble a bit getting out his order, and I don't think the waiter was trying to be any type of mean.
No, he was just trying to choke him.
But Oz made it seem that way just so he has something to yell at him and say, the man was talking, let him finish. Which we'll come to find out, this is only a thing meant to show camaraderie and protectiveness when Oz wants it to be that way. Mm-hmm. Any other time, and again, we will see any other time, Oz absolutely is trying to rush him to just spit it the fuck out, kid, okay?
Listen, he ain't had time for it. Like, hurry up.
It's again, the rules are for thee, not for me.
Well, it could be for me, but only in certain situations. Not in a situation where I gotta have the fucking information. Right. If I gotta have the fucking information, I'm gonna need you to hurry the fuck up. Shit.
I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was Dominican Republic. And this is just him talking about the foods, is what I remember is from that area of the world. So I think that's what it was.
He went over to what is like Luca's wife, and was like, "Hey, I need a favor from you, and it's gonna sting a bit, but I need you to do this." And she's like, "What?" And so we don't see what the favor is. All we see is Oz waiting by a door, and then we see Sophia walking up, and was like, "Are you sure he's in here?" And it was like, "Yep, he's right in the middle. He is right in the middle of it. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey!" Walk right in on Vidi with Luca's wife, because we knew it was a thing.
Luca's wife. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he already knew that, because he had them pictures from the file.
Yep. He already knew, and so now he has a leverage over Vidi. Both of them do, and a little force was required on Oz's part, because Vidi didn't understand the situation he was sitting in and tried to pop fly like, "Sir, your dick's out."
I mean, it is Vidi though. You can't never expect a bitch to move any other way than a bitch is gonna move, and this was classic Vidi, thinking that he still had some control over something when he very clearly does not.
Thank you.
But Oz still did go overboard, bro. Like,
he put that whole phone in his mouth and was like, "You finna do what I tell you to do, because I'm sick and tired of you talking shit. I'm sick and tired of your mouth. I'm sick and tired of you thinking you're the man. I'm sick and tired of you thinking you run shit. You don't run shit. I run shit." And Sophia is like, "Me." And he's like, "I run shit." And Sophia in the background like, "I run shit." And I think that was one of the biggest problems, is that she let Oz take the lead. Once again, letting a man take the lead for her when she should have just stepped up and did it herself. But
after this though, she does correct that in future scenes.
Listen,
or she tries to.
But so they convince Vidi to go ahead and give the Daily a call, and that opens up shop. So now they're willing to deal. They're willing to push out the Bliss drug.
What? No. They're doing a demo at the club, but they don't get the deal yet because they got to meet with Zhao that night.
Yeah, that's which is when they push it out. That's when they push it out. All of that's in the same thing. That is when they push it out, because he wants to see it, and he doesn't know if he's going to permanently do it, but he's going to let him push it out to give it a test run at the club. And
he wants to test where Sophia's head is at, because just like Sophia, Zhao was not looking at Oz like he's in charge. He absolutely knows, like, Sophia looks at Oz a few times like, "Bro, if you don't shut the fuck up." But anytime he speaks, Zhao automatically looks back at Sophia and continues the conversation directly with her. Because he understands the game too, as he should. Exactly.
As he should.
Kudos to him for that. And also kudos to that actor. I do not remember this man's name, but he has been entertaining me, just like older gentleman that was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Since I was a child, the first movie I remember seeing that man in was Revenge of the Nerds Part 2. Nerds in Paradise, and he's been entertaining me since childhood, and just like this actor that plays Zhao has, and I appreciate that y'all are still in the game. Thank you for the fun.
Well, oh yeah, and we almost skipped over a little bit of Vic. Vic was hanging out at Oz's when he brought over his girlfriend
with
and
baby Boo.
Like, listen, I see you here. You have a good thing. Well, I don't have a good thing, so I want to leave. And he's like, Peace. Well, technically, I don't really have a good thing either because it's like real, it's real gangsterous over here, and I can't leave. And she was like, if you're working with somebody or in a situation where you can't leave, maybe you should leave.
Maybe you should, yeah.
And she was like, maybe you should leave with me to California.
She is all the way real with him. And for someone, and these kids, they're only like 16, 17. Like they weren't even out of high school before that shit hit the city that wiped out their families. And she is speaking to him, again, all business, showing maturity way above her age range. Look, there is nothing here for me anymore. My family is gone. I think what did she say? She got like a auntie in California.
Yes.
Or something that says, look, yeah, baby, come over here. We got you. Let's get you set up. You got to finish school and move on to whatever you want to move on for the future, but come through. We got you. And she's about to hop on the bus and get the fuck going because, yeah, what the fuck does Gotham have to offer her?
He was on The Expanse. You're right.
Oh, shit, yo. That's right. I totally forgot he was on The Expanse. Yes, and again, Expanse is on the list, but that's going to be one of those retro reviews that come later.
Wow.
I totally forgot that was him. Yes.
He was a pain in the ass on Expanse.
He was, right. He was, again, being a pain in the ass. Yes. Mal, yep. Thank you. Pierre Jules.
Pain in the ass.
Yo, some actors are just real good and they do get typecast, but they play those types of characters very well.
Bread and butter. The people who play the meanest people are usually the nicest and the sweetest. I love it so much.
Always, just like Debo. No, rest in peace. Rest in peace, Zeus.
Adorable.
But yeah, she's telling him like, look, I'm about to head out. I mean, you got this thing going for you. I'm happy for you. If you want to stay, but this really ain't you.
Nah,
I think you know that these ain't the moves you make.
Come with me, and he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, that's cute."
Even gave her his whole paycheck. He just got his first paycheck, which I was offering him, $1 grand. I mean, well, look, that was the pay rate, $1 grand a week is what was said, so and he basically gives her the rest of the money that he had left because one part that we did skip is while they were trying to make this deal with Luke, the cop rolls up and the cop didn't have no damn reason to pull him out the car. Well, he was parked there illegally, but he literally could have just said, "A, no parking zone, move along." And Vic could have like started circling the block or whatever, but because dude wanted to be a prick, he got out, tried to flex, oh, you waiting on your boss out here. I mean, there's a lot of money in here in your pocket. And Vic is learning. He's learning, and he stops like, I don't know what you're talking about. Officer, I ain't have no money. And the officer is taking it back a little bit because I don't think he expected that to come out of his mouth.
He was like, you're right, you don't have money.
Oh, okay, well, you're right. You know what? Okay, look, as soon as your boss gets back out here, I'm going to need you to go ahead and vacate the area. I got you, sir. Okay.
Move the car.
Yeah, and dude walks away $1,000 grand, 1G richer. And, kind of a win-win situation because Vic very well could have got hemmed up right there. And those drugs very much could have been exposed, but they were not.
Yeah, so all of that happened with the...
all of that within the time frame, yeah. And then later on, we saw Eve with her girls. They're the salesmen.
Getting ready to
and they were making it. They were making it. And Oz, he said, y'all are the best salespeople I know. And they proved him correct, but times like 5, because it started as like 20 a hit. I guess one little vial is a hit. And they raised it up to 60 because it was selling so quick. Which does make me wonder. It makes me wonder, though, how short is that high, though? If you're able to triple the prices, it seems like the high doesn't last that long. Like people want more while they're already still feeling it.
I would assume so. I mean, I would assume so, or at least trying to like stockpile it for the next time because you never know when they're going to leave. So keep like,
yeah,
here, give me a couple of those. Give me a couple of those.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's right. Because those dudes that were at the VIP booth, and they were like, "Yeah, this is good ass shit. Yo, we get your girl 200. So how many ever vials we get?" And they weren't even beefing. I swear, Vic probably could have pulled out just like 5,000 and said, "All right, 200, here you go," and they wouldn't have said shit. But he was honest because Vic is an honest dude. Yeah. And he sadly goes into a bit of a panic attack at the club though, because the one of Eve's girls kind of has a liking of him, and I think he's kind of crushing on her too, but he kept it very respectful because he still had Garciella in the mix, but she's gone now, so he's sitting there, and this is before she leaves though, but the lights and the sounds, and it throws him right back into that night where he's on the roof and watching the crash of the waves come and take his family, and he drops to the ground, and it takes a few seconds, quite a few, to get him back to normal. And I forget the girl's name, but she comes up and helps him. Yeah, she comes up, helps him, like, "Yo, you good? You get up, look at all
you have the stuff."
Like he's lucky. He's lucky not only that no one stepped on those vials, but just that no one noticed, and they started a frenzy taking those vials and running, because that very easily could have happened.
They could have, but he ran to the bathroom after he picked all these vials up, and he was just trying to collect himself. And Oz rolled in there. He was super excited. He's like, "Oh, these things are going real good. We're selling so good." And he notices something's up with him, and he was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Yeah, and then he sees his phone. He's like, "Nah, give me that." And what so you're trying to leave, and so
you trying to leave with my fucking money? And Vic immediately is like, "What's your money?" No, I wasn't ever going to do that. Oz doesn't let him finish, of course, because Oz just is always impulsive and goes off on his emotions right away. Well, I mean, no, he was not trying to steal the money.
I don't think it was about.
It did work eventually.
It wasn't about stealing the money. It was more about him being left, him being abandoned. He didn't want to be left. Like the two of them, the only person he has to trust right now is Vic. And the fact that Vic was getting ready to up and leave hurt his feelings. No, he don't trust Eve.
See, that's the thing. No, I think it's definitely speaks to his abandonment issues, which not this stream, but when we talk about those episodes on Wednesday, we'll see why he has these things. But it's not necessarily something that comes from a place to where he's not responsible for the way he feels about that. And when he says that, when he tells Vic that, you stayed here, like you could have left at any time, damn well you would never have let that boy leave anywhere.
He could have left,
and Vic knows that. Left and got shot.
He could have left for God
and got dead.
Man, he could have left for Jesus. It's still leaving.
That's exactly what it would have been.
He would have gone to Christ.
He was like, "You know what? I'm about to go get on this bus with my girlfriend." And the next thing we know, we hear is "In the arms of an angel."
You can leave,
and it's Vic. Like, go ahead and leave if you want to.
And
yes, Roxy. Yep.
So he was definitely in his feelings about that, but just about him.
You are very correct, Pollyanna.
Opening up himself and sharing his plans and involving him in his plans, and him leaving was just like, if you're gonna leave, to get the fuck out of here, then just go.
Right.
And so
I mean, you ain't taking my money.
Like, fine, I'll leave. I will leave. So he drops everything and he goes to the car. And he's like walking back and forth, like pacing back and forth, like, what am I gonna do? He gets in the car and he drives off.
He thought about it too long. He thought about it way too long. That's the first thing I would have did.
He drove off, his car. And then we don't see, like, I guess we see him like driving around, going to the bus stop.
He goes to the bus stop,
watches her get on the bus,
and kudos to Garciella. Kudos, because she stood by her shit. She was not letting hold her down at all. And she sent that last text like, "Yo,
I'm waiting. I'm here.
Where you at?"
Yeah. Too bad, I
feel like the only regret that she probably had is she didn't have enough time to go back inside and get a refund for that bullshit.
Come on, I was thinking the same thing.
That is the only thing I think she would be upset about. However, though, that ticket couldn't have costed more than $200 because it's from Gotham, which is around the New York, Jersey tri-state area, over to the other side of the country to California. So that's a 4-day trip. So that's going to run you about $250. She still has a decent amount of pocket change left.
Bro, I would have been like, can I immediately at the next stop?
And that's the cool thing about Greyhound. Maybe what some folks don't know, if you don't use that ticket, she could actually absolutely go up to customer service and say, hey, my friend didn't show up for this ticket. It wasn't used. And she's not going to get a full refund. I think it's like minus 15% or something, but she would have been still able to get some money back. Yeah.
Sold. So he ends up going back, but we don't see what happens between him leaving the train station or train, the bus
just
station,
him riding around and
then just going back. But we also go back to the club and we see how Sophia is literally talking Zhao into working with her specifically.
Doing a great job because Zhao is very impressed with her, I think, because
she survived.
He says, and he was 100% completely honest with her, and she gave him that same energy back because that man's came out and said, "Look, when I heard your dad died, I popped a bottle of champagne to celebrate, and Sophia did not miss a beat. Yo, the first chance I got, I danced on his fucking grave." And Zhao looked at her like, "Oh shit, what? Word?
Why would you think that she would like him?"
Right, exactly. And the tit for tat, every time he comes up with something that could be a deterrent, she counters that shit. And I think the thing that he liked the most, and I'm judging this just on his facial expression at the end of this scene, is she says her piece. And then she gets up and she looks at Oz, and because she's by there, and Oz is looking at her like, "Yo, where are you going? What are you doing?" And she turns around like, "Look, make the deal or don't. It don't matter. There are other families. There are other organizations,
and they will gladly work with you and take the money."
Gotham does not want for any mob organizations.
Exactly.
There's plenty that she could go to, and she says very specifically, "I don't really care who our salespeople are." The level of "fuck you, I am better than you" in that statement, just chef's
It's not even that I'm better than you. It's that I have the juice.
I run this shit.
I have the shit. I have the product. I have the thing.
If you don't want to come in, cool. I'm not going to chase you.
Sit outside.
I got other business over there.
You don't have to walk through the door. You could sit right outside.
And the look on Giles' face, he's sitting there with a smirk, and he almost chuckles a little bit. And he's like, "Okay, bitch, I'll see you. Okay, you know what? I'll fucks with you."
And then she, after she spills like all of her emotions into this pitch, she goes outside, and Oz is like, "Oh my God, we're doing so good. He said he's going to work with us, blah, 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 blah." And she's just looking at him talking. She's like, "You are a piece of work. You know that, right?"
She's like, okay. And again, it calls back to the correction she had to full front make to him. No, he's coming to meet me, not we. And if you go back in that scene and you look at the beginning when she starts talking, Oz comes in and says, "We're calling it bliss." And she looks over at him like,
"Oh, are we? Are
we? Who the fuck is we?
Are we? Are we? Are we?" But I like the conversation that they have outside, because she's like, "Listen, I understand that we're working together and we're trying to have this plan to take over the family and do business together, but I don't trust you.
However,
I will never trust you. How can I trust you? And I want to, because it would make for better business arrangements if we could trust each other." And he was like, "I just want to let you know that I'm really sad. I it hurts my feelings to do what I had to do. To tell your father that, to get you locked away. I didn't know he would do that. And then when I found out," which I think is
don't matter.
Truth. I think it is the truth.
No, I don't think I agree with you. I don't think that he thought it would go that far. No. But it still doesn't matter. Nope. You did what you did.
You did what you did.
You did not have to say shit to that man.
Nope. And she was like, well, here's the deal. I want to trust you. How, like, help me
However,
to trust you. How can I trust you? And he was like, well, the only thing I can do is keep being honest and keep doing what we're doing right now. And while they're having this
and
like
immediately
moment,
come through.
Sir, I was like, and he didn't get 5 seconds before his previous
didn't even get 5 seconds, and Lady Chrissy steps out on his ass like, bitch, we fucking been following you. Did you think
that you would be able to screw us over like this?
Had thought that you gonna play me?
What? You had
what did my baby girl say? Yo, okay, Earth first. Okay, we in Gotham now. Yo, Gotham and Maroni's first. Bitch, I done clocked your ass. Yep, I know where the fuck you been going. And all this bullshit. And this is where it comes out with Sophia. Go ahead.
Literally holding them up, and all we see is Vic coming around the side, seeing that they're held up. And he's like, you know what? I'm finna do a big one. And that's what he did. He rammed that car right into the other car, smashed the 2 people who was in the back on guard duty, and got Oz and got the hell out of there. And that's where that episode ended, because we was like, what about Sophia?
Right. He almost blacked out. And then Oz came in, because Oz is always quick to worm his little slimy ass out of something, and jumps in the car. And Vic, credit again to Vic, because his first question is, what about Sophia? And Oz says, oh, fuck it, leave her.
Leave her. And we were like, why would you do that when you could have saved her? And
you could have saved her and kept your fucking cover.
But then we have
that, and you're like, literally just like they say, Batman is the greatest detective in Gotham and in ever. Right now, right here in Gotham, you are like the greatest bullshitter of the golden tongue to get yourself out of these situations. Right. You could have spun a tail, but you left her. And the last scene we get is her calling Shades, talk about I need help. It was Oz.
We don't even get that in this one. I don't think.
Wasn't that it? Or was it the beginning of the next one?
That's the beginning of the next episode. That's the thing. Like, we had thought that he could that's right. To take her
right. I just looked back over here at my notes. Yep.
I thought that was somebody at the door. I was like, hold on. It wasn't. Happened? It was just a random noise.
I'm like, dang, I was about to say it's 2 other people in the house. Somebody at the door. They would see
it's not even 2 other people at the house. It's 3 other people at the house. The fact that it's 10 p.m.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said your mama there. Yeah. Ain't nobody supposed to be knocking right then. Mm-hmm.
I'm like, who the hell? But all that at the end of the episode was Oz and Vic drive off and leave Sophia. And that's why we were like, oh wait, why didn't he get her? Why didn't he get her? And then at the beginning of the next episode, we saw why. Because
we know why.
Because Christy was like, you're gonna tell her that you killed her brother? And we were like, that's why he left.
She said, I thought that it was you working with him trying to get your brother out the way so you could come in.
And she was just like,
I see now that I was wrong, because from off rip, the minute she's saying she is giving Oz all of the smoke, which he deserves. Did you think you could fool us?
Good.
We've been following you. We know what the fuck you did. You let our people bleed on your fucking tomfoolery bullshit. And that's when she looks at Sophia like, I'm so sorry. I thought you were working with him.
They just had a heart-to-heart
conversation.
And it was trash. And she is feeling like a fucking fool. And then the car comes. And then Vic comes through. And then we see that her gets like thrown and busts her head. And then she's like wobbling off. And that's when she calls Shades to come and get her, because Oz already done gone. Oz and Vic are left. Yep. They're gone. Goodbye.
He looked her dead in her face, bro. When Vic is asking that question, what about Sophia? Mind you, Vic, the airbag came out because he crashed into that car so hard. And he's also bleeding from his head, and his nose is busted. Yeah. And he still has the wherewithal to say, nah, yo, what about Sophia, though?
Listen, at that point, I understand why he said that, because there was nothing he could do. There was nothing he could do. Because if he'd have put her in that car, she'd have tried to kill him.
Yeah,
period.
At that point in time, fair enough.
Period.
But
because
I think he also was folly to leave it to chance, because while she was hurt and looking like she might bleed out because of that injury, she's going to be gunning for you as soon as she gets better, though.
Either way, his head is on a stick. Either way.
Yeah. Fair
But
enough.
she passes out after she calls Shades, and then we go into a flashback of her. Regular
Her
Sophia,
whole story.
regular Sophia at a
Being
luncheon,
such a darling.
doing all these things in the name of her mother, who
For
committed
charity.
suicide for charity, you know, to try to help other women get help that they need. And you see Oz in the corner just looking at her, you know, encouraging her through her speech because she hates doing speeches. And I'm just like,
she's very low key. She honestly, she's never been a person that likes to be in the spotlight. But she takes that on. Yeah, she takes that on for this task because it's in her mother's name, and she loved her mama.
Yeah, and so as she was leaving that, she got cornered by a reporter who she didn't know was a reporter. And she was like, I see you're doing this, but you can do more to help. And she was like, okay, what should I do to help? And then she starts telling her of a story about another woman who hung herself, and then another woman who hung herself, and then another woman who hung herself. And she was like, uh-huh. And she's like, well, the problem is that they all worked at this club, which is your father's club,
which is owned by your dad,
but in the basement part, right? Where nobody can go except for important people like your father.
The after hours part, you know, the speakeasy
like,
part of the club.
Why are you telling me this? And it's like, well, I'm just want to say, like, you should be asking your father, you know, what's going on in there, because people are like, ladies are dying, and if you wanted to help them, this is what you could do to help them. And Oz sees that and is like, she got to go. We got time for this. We got to go. She got to go. We got to go. Okay, bye. And it lingers in her head. It lingers.
Because she starts putting the puzzle pieces together. All right, hold on. Let me let's look at this from Paula here. Do you think if Sophia treated Oz with fake respect instead of being honest with them at all times of her opinion and mistrust, she might have made it further? No. Because Oz is always going to move the way Oz moves.
Oz didn't care.
It wouldn't matter. Hey, Lemats, and yes, Sophia is a baddie.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Oz did not care. Oz only cared about himself. Period.
It would have played out the exact same way, just maybe instead of happening at the club, it might have happened at somebody else's bar or something.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. And so she was still curious about what the reporter had said. And I can't remember when she met with the reporter, but I know it was before she met with her father. I want to say it was just the night after that first initial meeting. So I think it was still that night where she went out, she saw the evidence and whatnot. And then no, thank you.
And then she was like, no, I ain't down with this.
No, thank you.
Again, off the record, I ain't with this bullshit. And she jumps in the car, takes her back home, and that's where they have their little dinner date, I think.
They have their conversation in the car.
Yeah.
About how you shouldn't have met her in the first place. Do you think your father did that? Like, why would you even take a chance coming out here? You should tell your father. And she was like, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. I will handle it myself. Like, I don't even believe her, knowing damn well she believed her, knowing damn well it had her thinking. But the problem is that she did that shit in front of Oz. Oz was definitely going to use that as leverage. And that's exactly what he did.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's exactly
what he did. The really even more tragic part to Sophia's story here is when she does get back to the house that night. She's having a dinner with her dad and Alberto or Alfonso, her brother, and he's already being a fuck up. And you know, her dad has from the beginning of this, we know that, you know, she's been on 3 different tours, I guess you could say, like the one we saw that she was having earlier. 3 in that week. It's rough having to do that. She's not a person that likes to be up in front of crowds, front and center like that. And at this dinner, you know, she's talking to him about it, and he's saying, you doing good with it, baby girl, and blah blah blah. Her brother comes in, who was supposed to be, you know, the crown prince,
the next in line,
training for this, but he is a fuck up and a junkie. And his dad had asked him to do something that should not have taken as long as he's been taking doing it. And he's like, I'm sorry, Pops, I've been real busy. Busy doing what, first of all? Because you're a fucking Falcone. You ain't busy doing shit. Nothing. You should have had this assignment done. Nothing. But, you know, he skirts past that. And, you know, is it Salvador? Is that his name? No, that's Maroni. What? Carmine. Carmine's looking at him like, I told you to do this ages ago, bruh.
And it still ain't done.
How
Fine,
is your
bet.
sister always on point?
And
Got
you're
her
not.
ducks in a row, doing everything on time to the utmost of perfection, and you over here fucking up with just one little thing I asked you for.
He was like, cool.
And he's like, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, Dad, but I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And he leaves.
Right, and then he gets some random ass phone call, and he leaves.
And then once he leaves, Carmine looks at Sophia and is like, well, your brother's a fuck up, clearly. That means that I would like to leave the family business to you, so you can take care of it, because you're responsible and you're doing everything. You're doing it perfectly. And I appreciate that. And she's just so excited. And she was like, you know what? I'll keep Alberto on task and doing what he was supposed to be doing. And she's like it was a real sweet moment. And then the next the party, and it becomes a thing, because you see Oz on the inside, and Oz is not on the inside. Oz is a driver, and drivers aren't on the inside. So she's like, oh, what are you doing here?
Right, what are you doing in the house in this shiny ass new suit?
Exactly. And she's like, well, your dad wants to see you. Like, oh, okay. So she goes into the room, and Carmine starts peppering her with questions. Like, so where did you go? Who did you talk to? What did they say? So you're just going to listen and believe everything they said? And she was like, no, I didn't believe it at all. I told her that like it wasn't true. It wasn't real. None of that was the truth. None of that. Like, I don't believe in any of that. I defended you. I didn't say anything about it. I was coming to tell you, but there was no good time. And since she realized that, of course, one, he already knew. And two, it was not looking good for her, because
and this throws us into another mini flashback.
Like, you need to.
Isn't that here?
Yeah, with her dad, with her mom, finding her mom and her dad coming in, and her freaking out about,
as a kid,
understanding what she saw as an adult, which was her mother hanging and her father comforting her, but had scratches on him. Even though, and also,
it's really weird because in that scene where she's a kid, Carmine hurries up and comes in the room and tries to turn her face away from the body of her mom that's hanging from the rafters, and she looks up and tries to take his shades off, and he very quickly
puts them back on,
pulls those up and covers his eyes. And I've said it many times, I will say it again, do not trust anybody that is in the house or wearing shades after dark. Because chances are, eyes are the gateway to the soul. Chances are they trying to keep you from seeing their darkness. Don't trust folk like that. Don't trust folk like that, and don't trust folk that laugh during a fight. Because they're unpredictable. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, and so she was just pretty much stuck, because she I think what also gave it away was her face, because she realized it. The moment he said what he said,
and he saw her realize it.
Exactly. And she's like, he's like, well, you need to, calm down because you're hysterical. And she's like, I'm not hysterical. I'm actually fine. I just wanted you to know that I wouldn't do anything to harm this family. And he was like, okay, you need to go. You need to leave. You clearly need to go home, because you're not okay right now. Just setting up what he was getting ready to do to her later, which was have Oz drive her home. And Oz was like, well, I mean, I had to tell him, I didn't mean to, hurt your feelings with that. And they get pulled over real quick. I don't even know how far they got.
It wasn't that far. It was literally a few blocks. And I believe not only is, that it's Carmine Falcone, obviously he's going to be able to pull strings, but I guarantee you he had that conversation they had recorded.
I don't even think it mattered.
That's what really cooked it in.
I don't even think it mattered.
Fair enough. It may not have. Yeah.
No,
Carmine has all types of people on his payroll. You're right.
So they pulled over the car, got her out, immediately arrested her. She was confused as to what's going on, and so was Oz. Oz was confused as to what was going on
because he didn't see that. He failed to actually see that there would be consequences against her.
Yes.
And again, Oz, how did you think this shit was gonna play out? What did you think fucking Carmine Falcone was gonna do with his most trusted soldier, who he was literally handing the keys to the kingdom to?
Welp, locked her up.
What were you thinking?
They took her to the police, and they They were like interrogating her, trying to get her to admit to what's going on, and she was like, "I have no idea."
While ignoring all of her answers, ignoring all of her questions, their minds were already made up.
That everybody had written, not affidavits. Are they called affidavits?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't affidavits. It was what would they be classified? It wasn't witness. Almost like it's almost like a character witness statement.
Yeah,
and all of them said that she's been struggling with mental health for how long, and this is a callback to what I was saying about this bitch in the second episode. I think it was the first or second episode. Her fucking cousin,
trash,
who she used to go tag team with. They were roll dogs. My soul twin, going on vacations to Italy every summer and hanging tough. All of them people, Carmine told them to write letters saying how crazy and absurd, ridiculous Sophia was, and that's what got her locked up in Arkham. All of the Hangman murders were her dad.
The fresh murder of the reporter that she had just talked to.
Yeah.
The fresh
they pinned that on her too.
Link her to. So they pinned all of that on her, and instead of putting her in jail, they went ahead and put her in Arkham.
They sent her straight to Arkham.
And they said
in
after
no
6
way,
months,
shape, or form,
reevaluated.
Just so y'all know that is not how that's not how people get admitted to these type of
and it definitely doesn't take 6 months.
No, exactly. It does not take 6 months. No, there is the evaluation, and it's only one discussion with a qualified psychologist that has to happen. And this is how you know it's some bullshit, because she never saw any psychologist. She was just being interrogated by professional detectives, and then she got sent to Arkham. That's not how the system is supposed to work.
No, but unfortunately, we got to see like the inmate process, that whole listen. And a lot of people were confused. They were like, why would they do that? Why would they have her spread her legs? They look everywhere.
What exactly? What do you mean?
They look everywhere. In your mouth, in your gums, up your nose, in your ears, in your
everywhere.
Hair, your butt crack, your vagine, any place that
they literally they make you bend over and hold your butt cheeks open and cough. Specifically because if there is something you're hiding in your rectum, that will be the telltale sign. Not that it will like come out so they can see it, but it will cause pain in your body from the angle that you're in. That's why they do that.
Seeing her go through that, seeing her as a normal young woman, well-adjusted, well-adapted, go through that, and watching them break her down in Arkham was horrible. And this is why I said her brother ain't
heartbreaking,
because her brother would come and visit her, like, that's all you promise her. Trying so literally, I'm trying to get you out. No, you're not. No, you're not. You can't.
He would promise her literally the fucking world instead of just being honest with her off rip. Out of everybody that she could have heard anything from, that first visit, Alberto should have told her, "Yo, this is Dad's handiwork.
Yep.
I can't get you out.
Nothing I can do.
It's not 6 months. Isn't gonna matter." And within that 6 months, she held on. And to her credit, she held on, because they very purposely tried to set her up her first fucking day in there. Mm-hmm. They got all of the inmates in the cafeteria high, so they were not paying attention. And they let one extremely crazy bitch that was under their control into the cafeteria without her cuffs on. Mind you, this is how Arkham is. Even when you're in the mess hall, you still are in your cuffs. But this bitch is walking in here moving freely and starts attacking her. And she's not built for that at that point in time. I guarantee you, she's never been in a physical fight in her life.
Absolutely.
And that woman beats the shit out of her.
Literally beats the shit out of her.
Because she does not understand. But what she is doing is looking around the room like, yo, why is she not
helping me
in chains? Why are y'all allowing her to walk around like that? And as soon as the woman starts going in on her, she's looking at the guards like, y'all don't see this shit?
Oh yeah, what? They see that shit.
What? Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, bitch, you ain't tripping.
Right, and she does clock it, man, and she has to, she has to take that ass whooping because she knows she's not going to get any help.
There's nothing.
So the only thing she can do is either fight back or not fight. And she doesn't know how to fight at this point. So she takes that ass whooping and she takes the punishment that comes with it. And they have the what was, I think, is supposed to be the Harlequin reference of the chick next door that starts talking to her.
They said that she's Magpie. Is that Harlequin?
Magpie? Yeah. That no, those are two different characters.
Okay, because I see here Magpie, and it's like, and if you highlight, if I go over it, it's like another person. That's why I was like, is that the same person?
It is a different person.
Okay,
but they put Magpie in there as like the Harlequin insert, I think, because they can't put Harley in there because Harley's not in there at this point in time.
But she does meet the doctor. This is the first time, like when she wakes up from that ass whooping. It's like the first time she really meets the doctor, and he's really just like, oh, okay, so you're treating her like she's crazy, like she's automatically guilty, placating her, like, oh yeah, we understand. It was like, oh, it was scary, like they let somebody out. We don't know why they did that. I don't understand what. And she's just like, you know what? I just need
never mind.
Help. Okay, I just need some help. But never mind. And they put her through electroshock therapy.
Y'all don't want to help me.
And eventually he started like softening towards her because she was so adamant about not doing anything. And she was so frustrated and angry and scared. And I think what the line crossed for him is when she grabbed his hand right as she was getting ready to be electrocuted again as a plea to like help her. And he just realized like, maybe she's not the person that they say she is.
And also this is some very unethical type shit that they are doing here. The guy, the lead doctor, his boss, that is a very depraved motherfucker that's doing this shit. And it speaks to what Magpie was sitting. Magpie, that actually makes you think of Poker Face. If y'all haven't watched Poker Face with Natasha Lyonne, go watch it. It's a great fucking show. But it cues her into all the way Magpie is, because during that first time when the lady was in there with no chains on and fucked her up, Magpie had just been given a vial of bliss. That was their, quote unquote candy that they would get if you do a good job at whatever task you were given. And I don't think they tried to put Magpie in there as their personal spy to get in her head.
Oh no.
But it seems paranoid. At this point, she was definitely paranoid. But Magpie literally is just going with the flow, trying to survive herself.
She up in there.
She's just trying to survive in the only way that she knows how, because she actually deserves to be there. She's crazy as fuck. Everyone deserves to be there for the shit that they have done. At least everyone that they've shown us, except for Sophia. Sophia is I equate her to the character. Damn it. His Walking Dead character name is coming into my brain, but not his character from 1984. American Horror Story 1984.
You talking about Bob?
Bob, who's Bob?
Bob from Walking Dead.
No, Eastman. Eastman is who he was in The Walking Dead. The guy that had locked up Morgan in his basement for a little bit, or seemingly had locked him up and taught him how to fight with the bow staff. So while he's protecting himself, he doesn't have to necessarily kill anyone with it.
Okay, I'm like
that's who. Yeah, his name was Eastman. That's the character he played on The Walking Dead. In American Horror Story, he's played a bunch of different characters, but for the specific one for this situation, it's the 1984 season where he was a slasher type killer. But when he got locked up, he was innocent. He was framed for the murders that happened at the sleepaway camp that he worked at for the summer. But by the time he came out, he started killing, and it's identical to the same thing situation here. She went in innocent, and they are the ones that gave her a reason to kill.
Well, here's the thing. I feel like if he would have just made her do that 6 months, she would have been fine. Because she made it 6 months. She made it the 6 months. And she was like, all right, 6 months, I should be out. And her brother came and told her, like, hey, listen, they're not giving you a trial. You're in here. You are in here. There's nothing we can do. We can't get you out. And that's when she completely lost it. She was just at that point, she was like, all the hope she had was gone. Like, that's why I hate him for giving her that hope. He should have just told her up front.
Yeah.
He should have just told her up front. Because holding on to hope for 6 months and then realizing 100%. That it was for nothing. It was for naught. Yep. Like, I can't. Oh my gosh. It was just like real. Oh, really, Mr. Z?
Nice try, bro.
Nah. Yeah. It was just like really, it was just really heartbreaking and sad.
It was absurd. It really was absurd.
It was just really stupid.
From that point on, that's when that's why I second titled this, the birth of House Gigante, because this is where that ruthlessness, that evil hit him in the fucking head, bust twice on him, the double tap. That this episode here in particular is where that was born.
Like trash. So she was just in there. She was stuck in there, and she was stuck in there until her father died, and then they let her out. I think her brother got her out.
Yeah, and that's why I gave Alberto those props in episode 1, because the first thing he did was went and got to get went to his sister.
I'm glad he did that, but you don't get no props from me because you should have told me the truth. I'm sorry, I can't.
It's Alberto though. We already know how weak
would have saved her so much. She would have been able to adapt better. She would have been able to hold her shit together a little longer instead of having all of that shit just joinked out away from her.
Pent up in there, yeah.
I can't even. But
right, like it's wild.
After that, we go back to the present when she wakes up on the doctor's couch, and she's just like frustrated that Oz got the best of her. Like, she followed him, she gave him everything, she gave him the keys to the kingdom, and he just lied to her face, and she feels real stupid about it. She feels
because she felt it coming.
Dumb.
Yep, she ignored all of her red flags. Yeah,
but she went with it anyways because she was like, "It's a plan. A plan is a plan." Yep. But once that happened, she was like, "You know what? I just gotta figure out what else to do." And he was like, "Why don't you just leave? Why don't you just go somewhere else and do something else and just leave all of this shit behind? Just go." And it made her think, like, why do I have to leave? Why am I the problem? I'm not the problem. They are the problem.
Like, I'm not the problem. Yep.
And she was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and solve this problem. Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and take care of this problem. Thanks for coming to get me. I appreciate it. The shower and the fresh clothes. And she does low-key call Shades out.
As she should.
A little bit here. As she should. Because how did you not notice all this unethical shit was going on for the whole time you've been there?
Mm-hmm.
But, she says her piece. Then she leaves out. And she immediately goes into planning mode to start the true first steps of her fucksery, and I'm here for all of her fucksery. I look at her right now the exact same way I look at our queen, always, Rhaenyra Targaryen, okay? I'm the one that's supposed to be here, bitch. I will not allow you to usurp me.
Okay, see, I thought that he wasn't real either until she told somebody to go get him, and they brought him in.
Yeah.
Because I was like, is she really
Chris
real?
H, what's good, homie?
I'm like,
I know I'm late. I'm late.
I finished it. I watched it on time. I was just out of town, and then we had to push back all this other stuff.
Come back for the vibes, though.
Definitely the vibes.
For sure.
So I knew he was real when she had called him in there. She was like,
I never thought that. That's very interesting.
Like,
I do like. I can see how that could have been a thing. I do definitely see it. I just never thought it.
But in the later episodes, they start interacting with him. I was like, oh.
They start, yeah.
I was like, yeah. Oh, okay, because that's.
I mean, you know what it is? It's because again, we call him Shades because this is the shady ass character that he played on Luke Cage as Black Mariah's right hand guy. Mm-hmm. Once she came into her power and whatnot. So yeah, he just has that shifty ass looking face. Like, bro, you on some bullshit. I don't know what the bullshit is, but I know you got a hand in it.
Mm-hmm. And so she ends up going to a family dinner. Like, they were just like talking and they was having a grand old time. And here she comes.
And here she
comes. Like, ding, 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 ding. Silence. No, it was silence when she walked in. Everybody stopped laughing. Everybody stopped joking. Everybody sat in silence and was like,
How did they not expect her to be there at the repast dinner for her brother's funeral, though? Again, the fucking disrespect. This is why all you motherfuckers is about to get gassed.
Exactly. That's what happened.
Go ahead.
And
Meeks.
so
Go
she
ahead.
has a
break it down.
Like she's. I think my favorite part about this whole entire thing is that Luca was getting ready to have a speech. Luca was like, "Yeah, we're working together," and
that's right.
Interrupted his ass.
I forgot.
Like, okay,
and he sat the fuck down again. This is why you know Luca is weak shit.
As you should. You should always sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Shut up. And so she was like, I just wanted to let you guys know about like everything that happened with this family, how you guys are all family first, how you guys all rally around each other. You didn't do that for me. You didn't do that for me. You did it for my brother, but you didn't do it for me. You only rallied around when you wanted to like get me out of the way. And you did it at the behest of my father. You didn't, no questions asked. You just went ahead and did it, signed those papers. Don't think I don't know. You signed
even though y'all know I was never on none of that fuck shit.
Exactly.
Especially giving eyes to her bullshit cousin.
Who
was her role dog. As she should have.
All of them.
Yep.
All of them.
100%.
All of them. And she was like, I just wanted to let you guys know, like, I'm tired. I'm not going to do this anymore. I want to go somewhere else. I want to be, I want to go somewhere. I want to be somebody. You know what I'm saying? I got to wake up.
Wanna be somebody.
And pay attention. I've got things to do. I don't want to be here. And I just want to say, I'm going to go off to better things. And yeah, y'all suck. All y'all suck. And you're trash.
You know, in Cartman's voice. In Cartman's voice. Screw you guys.
Exactly.
I'm going home.
Except for Gia. Everybody else sucks.
Except for the baby boo. And I love that about her. I know, when we were talking, we talked a little bit about this with Heidi, I think it was a few weeks ago. And it wasn't Heidi. It was the boys, DJ and Fandom. I do not think that she would have actually harmed that girl.
Oh no,
because I think she sees her very much as an asset or possible future as not even an asset. No, she just sees her as an innocent girl that has nothing to do with the fuck shit her mama was on. So she wants to save her. Yeah, she sees her innocent her. Yeah, and that's what she's trying to preserve. I do not think in any circumstance at all that she was going about this, she would ever have put that baby girl in danger. She made it a point.
If she wanted to, she
would
have
get her out of there. Yeah, she'd have left her in the house. Yeah, 100%. She left her in the house, and she would have died, just like everybody else, with the exception of one person. And it is worth noting again that we see Sophia making these moves and we don't always understand exactly what she's doing until it wraps around and comes back. After she makes that speech at dinner, calling each and every one of them assholes out, and she says, fuck y'all, I'm out. V thinks that, okay, his threat to her from earlier
she's out of here
goes through. She said, look, you got 2 days. Either you go to Italy and be done, or I just tell people you went to Italy. And that'll be what it is. And she clocks that like, okay, bitch, game on. I got you. And she goes into a random bedroom. We don't know whose bedroom it is. And she smokes. She makes sure to open the window. So it's, it's only about halfway open, but it's enough to make sure there's proper airflow and circulation while she's smoking. And she quietly walks out the house. And then, a couple hours later, we see her going to get Gia, walking downstairs like, yo, I know your mom said you couldn't have no cake earlier when we was talking, but I got you, baby boo. I got this awesome ass piece of chocolate cake. Yo, I made sure they made it extra chocolatey with the syrup for you. So come on, we got to eat it in the greenhouse though, because we got to keep it a secret. We don't want to wake nobody up, so your mama don't wake up. You don't get in trouble. Come on, let's just go on over here. And she goes in. She bonds a little bit with the girl. Tells her, my mom said that I'm not supposed to talk to you because you did bad things. And I said, you know what? I did. My dad put me in a dungeon, and of course she's talking to a kid, so yeah, a kid's gonna know dungeon because there's usually a princess that's locked in a dungeon that somebody has to come save. So yo, my dad put me in a dungeon with monsters, and I had to fight and do bad things to make it out. So yes, your mother is correct, but now you have the proper context. And immediately baby girl is like, am I gonna be locked in a dungeon?
She was like, hopefully never.
says, you will never have to worry about monsters. And I feel like she meant that.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think in any way, shape, or form she meant any type of harm to come to this little.
She didn't.
But her parents,
Absolutely.
sorry, no, they gotta go. They gotta go.
What y'all get.
This is Sophia again. All roads lead back to Thrones. This is Sophia on her best Tywin Lannister. All of the motherfucking reigns of Castamere are about to catch this fucking smoke.
I feel like she's more like on Cersei right now.
Think so?
Blowing up the sept. That's where I think she is. She's like, okay, I'm gonna sit here and play with y'all. Go ahead. Let's have a conversation. I think
nobody made it out. Nobody made it out the sept though.
Nobody made it out the sept. Nobody made it out the house.
Nobody made it out the sept. This little girl made it out the house because she pulled her out the house.
Exactly. She wasn't in the house to begin with. Vivi made it out because she made sure Vivi was up. You want to know who else? Cersei made sure was okay with that. Cersei made sure the Shane Bell lady was with the mountain. Pulled her ass right out.
Ricky,
right to the mountain.
This is why we are Thrones homies. And you are correct. You can also parallel that with Arya and the phrase, yes, and they got
took
exactly
her ass
what the
right
fuck they deserved.
Was like, you can go see with the mountain. Mountain can have fun with you. Since you want to shame, and torture me, have fun, ma'am. Be blessed.
Yeah, I did not feel bad for Septa Unella at all.
No, that was you get.
Nope. You deserve that.
You was playing
just like motherfucking Walder. You deserve to see all of your people, all of those men's that were in this plot to kill my family. And the argument can be made, again, sidebar, nerd sidebar, the argument can be made that Walder Frey did nothing wrong. There are plenty of people, and the only thing I will say on that no, listen. The only thing I will say on that is, Rob, you did make a promise and you fell back on that. I'm sorry, actions have consequences.
No,
however, the consequence was a little too extreme.
Yes, rights. Are you kidding me?
You're stabbing everybody. You're right.
That's too much. Right. That's too much. That's too much. If you got beef for Rob, you got beef for Rob. So those people are wrong.
Oh, get him. No, Rob led them into that. Is all I'm saying. No, exactly. All roads lead back to Thrones.
So I can block them immediately, profusely from my channel.
Quite a many amount of people.
Block.
It might surprise you.
Don't come around here. Walder Frey is trash. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Absolutely. Walder Frey is garbage. Walder Frey hated Hermione so much that he had to jump into a different world where there was magic and power that he could wield just to kill her mama. And if you don't understand that reference, go watch Harry Potter and you'll understand why I said Michelle Fairley, Lady Tully, not Stark. She's a fucking Tully. Got her just desserts.
Hater. That's why he did. So
not all the Freys were bad. I know.
We'll talk about
that in another stream. Yeah.
Go
ahead.
So we figure out like the next morning as Sophia gets up and is skipping around the house dancing, what happens. And then
with the gas mask on.
Yes, with the gas mask. It breaks down step by step what happens. She goes with the gas mask on. She goes down to the basement and she starts unhooking the carbon monoxide pipes that she had it. And she put that
and double checks everybody. And make sure everybody's dead. Okay, yep. Let me get rid of the evidence. Are you dead? Okay. Uncle Luca, him and his girl are dead. Everybody in all of the bedrooms is gone except for that room she walks into, where she left the window halfway up to make sure that Vidi's bitch ass would survive. He wakes up basically with the gun in his face.
And that's where
says, hey, yo. Put your clothes on, Johnny. We gotta talk.
We gotta have a conversation. And that's what episode ends.
That is where the shit ends.
That's the end of 4.
The epicness of it all.
It's so good. Like, it's so well written.
So masterfully
there hasn't been any characters that we've been introduced to in these first 4 episodes where we saw them do something and we were like, that's weird. Never.
We were like, but then it circles back.
as they should.
Nearly everything they gave us, they paid off. There are a few questions that were left towards the end, judging from what the boys were telling me when we did the wrap up stream. I will see what those are once I watch the last two, and I'll do that tomorrow. I think that there were some things that they had. I don't remember. I have to go back and watch the stream.
I have to go back and watch the stream.
I think there were some things that they still had questions on. But
I was hollering. I was like, wow. I was like, they better win something from it. And here's the problem. There was so much good television. I don't know what y'all finna do. Because everybody can't win everything.
Yeah. Where are we going to go for the new year? HBO. I mean, I do hear, again, we will be covering Dune Prophecy come the new year. I think they'll probably be about halfway through with the season. Once we actually get past the new year, they're on episode 2 dropped yesterday. How many episodes is it in the season?
That's exactly what I was looking at.
I want to say it's
that is
8
not
or
what
10.
I typed. I don't know where that went. Wow.
Keyboards are not our friends.
6. Dang.
White Lotus. What is White Lotus about?
It's going to be done by the end of this year.
Well, okay. Well, we'll cover it in retro then. We'll split the season in half if we have to, just like this one then.
Because there's a lot. There's literally a lot.
The Last of Us? What? When does The Last of Us come out?
I don't think it comes out until like the summer. You were
trying to remember? Yeah, I think we got a while to wait for The Last of Us still. And I'm not looking forward to season 2 just because of something really big that I know is going to happen.
Yeah, there are a lot of shows. Oof. There are a lot of shows like coming out between like Q1 and Q2.
Yeah.
Because What If is at the end of the month. Squid Games season 2 is at the end of the month. That's what I'm.
What If comes out on my birthday, y'all? If you didn't know.
So I was trying to figure out. Oh yeah, freaking Game of Thrones. What? The Night.
Huh?
That's next year.
Oh, not the Seven King. Okay, when next year though? Is that early next year, or like mid season, summertime next year?
Listen, I will fight you. Thank you.
You said the actor of Allie will be intense. Who you talking about? Didn't we get her? Black Allie? I'm assuming is who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Will be intense. I mean, well, she better be. She has, that person has a lot of shoes to fit.
It says late 2025. So it might be.
We got some time. Yeah, we got some time for that. That's
probably
gonna start in like September or October. Yeah. Season 2 about to be trash. Season 2 of what? Penguin?
Last of Us? Probably.
Or The Last of Us. Why is it going to be trash?
A lot of people, it's about to be real nasty. It's about season 2 of Last of Us about to get real nasty. And I feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, some big things are going to happen with some major characters, but I mean, I feel like that should be expected, especially for game players out there.
It's about to be real nasty. They're about to torpedo this real bad because they didn't like her in the game, and that's the reason the game is very polarizing because that one particular character everybody hated. Everybody hated that character.
The voice actor that was in that was one of the helper doctors at the place.
No,
are we thinking of the same person? No,
it's Abby. I can tell you it's Abby.
Who's Abby? My brain is blanking. Put it in private chat. I need information.
It's
I'm saying Samba Gil and cheer through the
what show? I'll keep looking to see what show she's talking about.
From the world's chaos. I highly recommend. Wait, watching what? Pollyanna. Who's talking about? Who's talking about Willis?
Okay, I'm gonna need you to put jumping.
The Last of Us 2 was disappointing. The game? I haven't played the game, so I don't know.
Here's the thing: a lot of people are on the fence about the game because if they're a fan of Joel, then they expected to play Joel all the way through. That's why. Attorney Woo!
Oh, Meeks is watching Attorney Woo.
Oh no, I finished that. Hold on. Hold on.
You have season 1. You have season 1 reactions up for Attorney Woo, though, don't you? Yeah.
That is not what I typed.
Release season 3 Last of Us before a new game is released. Season 2 was coming up. Do we have any projection on the third game?
I don't even know if there's gonna be a third game. They said there's gonna be
a
third game.
How do we? Yeah, that's why I'm wondering about Lemat's character comment here.
I need you to stop being a douche canoe. Thank you so much, browser.
Yeah, I've not heard any buzz about a new game coming up. So I don't know. I guess we'll see how that plays out. But while we're searching and thinking of the other nerdy things, what score would you give these episodes collectively?
Oh, collectively? What are we rating it out of?
I don't know. What are we rating it out of? How many? Well, no, the Gigante name has not been introduced just yet. So, how many hangmans?
Sure, I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10 hangmans because I can't. Okay. I can't. It's so good. It's so good. Listen, Ricky, exactly. I can't.
I'm here for that. Yeah, and I agree. 10 out of 10 hangmans across the board. In the words of Billy Porter a la Pose, tens across the board. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Every beat that they should have hit, they did.
They did. It's just so well done. Ugh.
Please give Colin Farrell and I don't remember the actress's name, but Lady Sophia like all of their flowers and awards.
I still don't see Colin Farrell when I look at
great.
Oz. It's so hard.
Every now and then there's a certain way he like turns his head and it's just the angle where then you can see it, but in a split second it's gone because it goes right back in to full penguin. So yeah, I hope they win something. Both of those actors. I mean, all three actually. I think Vic should be up for one of those
That's
awards.
What I'm saying. I'm like nominating is
everyone did a great job.
It's so hard. It's gonna be so hard.
And what's his name? Is it Michael Strong? Is that who it is that played young Carmine? Yeah.
Yes.
He also is an actor that I've seen
Mark
always.
Strong.
Fantastic. Mark Strong. That's it. I knew it was an M. Mark Strong. Yeah, he always plays a fantastic villain. I mean, he's a good actor. I have liked him in every role I've seen him in, but when it comes to villains, he's really good at that. I think the first villain role I remember seeing him play was like in Sherlock Holmes, the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes. And yeah, I think this is a great show. The writers, everyone on point, in sync. The actors came with all of their A game, and yeah, this is very enjoyable. So Wednesday we will do the last 4 episodes of the season, and next Monday maybe one of those days, in one of those days, and we'll wrap up Agatha. I still have to post my reactions for the last 2 episodes. Have not done that yet. I will eventually. He's in Doom Prophecy as well. Who's he playing in Doom Prophecy? I don't think I remember hearing about that. That's awesome. Sophia's getting the Black experience discriminated against for something she can't control, wrongfully accused of something, and she might get no. She's not gonna get that pass. No, we will correct that immediately.
Absolutely not.
She will never get that pass. But in the other respects that you put, yes, those situations.
There's so many shows. Half of these I've never even heard of. I can't. I'm tired.
He's playing the emperor. That's the emperor of that time in Doom Prophecy. Interesting. I don't think it was House Kaladin back then. Was it? It might have been. We'll see.
Oh, no. That's still Sicilian. That's not Black people. That's white people. That's
totally
Italians.
different.
That's okay. You're still Wahite. It's okay. It's
Emperor
right.
Carino.
Right.
Okay. So it was the Carinos in charge by then. All right, cool. Yeah, I haven't checked out Doom Prophecy just yet. I do know some of the lore for the Dune world, so I am very much looking
I do
forward
not.
to.
So if I go in
that.
there, I'm going to have to take notes.
Yes, please do. Yeah, I don't know exactly when we'll cover it, but I know it's probably going to be in early next year when we do.
My goodness.
And we'll also definitely tackle What If.
I don't know what you're going to do for Squid Games, but I'm watching Squid Games as it like comes up.
I will. Yeah, I think we'll be on Squid Games in live coverage as it's dropped. Are they dropping the whole season at once, or are they doing?
I don't know. They've been switching depending on the popularity of the show, so it depends. They might do it weekly, or they might do it all at once.
For how popular this is, I'm gonna guess that they're going to do it one by one. But we'll see. Either way, however it comes out, we'll be tackling Squid Game like immediately. Because I can't wait to see what they do with season 2.
All right.
This is gonna be fun. Yes. So Meeks gave it a 10 out of 10. I give it also 10 out of 10, 10s across the board. And we will see where we go from here. Don't split it up like Cobra Kai. I will not. I don't think I'll be covering Cobra Kai. At least not anytime soon. If I do,
I hate them if they do that. I hate that shit. Be like 8 episodes.
How did they split it?
Trash, like they did Bridgerton. 8 episodes, part 1, 4, part 2, 4. Like just put it all together. God damn it. Shit. Like shit.
Understandable. Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
so
I'm tired.
Yes, check us out. We'll be back on Wednesday to wrap up the season. Not sure if Sphinx or Lady D will be able to join us, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys again for coming to hang with us. Ricky, Lady Pollyanna. I know JD and Casey were in here earlier. Lamette. Helena, I believe, was in here. Corinne. My girl Nina. DW was in. I think that is everyone that we got. If I missed you, I apologize. Oh, Chris H. Chris H was also in the spot. Appreciate y'all, and do not forget we are on the road to 1,000. So we're at 961. We're very close, inching closer and closer all the time. And don't forget, also keep your fingers crossed, because your girl just put in all of the paperwork and applications and fees and whatnots for the citizenship. So fingers crossed that goes well, because the U.S. immigration game is wild as fuck.
Good job.
And thank you, Lemon. I appreciate you.
All right.
We will check y'all in a couple nights. Y'all be safe out there. Hug your moms. Make sure you tell your family you love them in this Thanksgiving mood. And we'll catch y'all next time.
Bye. Bye.